Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2534 with the release date of Friday, May 22nd, 2026, to follow in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The following is a QST. Eris wants to put amateur radio on the moon. Girl Guides train to become radio operators, and the South Georgia Island D expedition adds the final young operator to its team. All this and more as Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2534 comes your way right now.
From around the world, this is Newsline, Amateur Radio's independent, on-the-air news and bulletin service. And now reporting from Valparaiso, Indiana, here's Paul Brown, WD9GCO.
Our top story this week takes us, or rather our radios, to the moon. 2 years after Japan landed the first amateur radio station on the lunar surface, Eris has announced plans to do the same in cooperation with AMSAT and with help from the U.S. Space Agency, NASA. Ken Peterson, KC0DGY, has those details.
The Morse code transmitted more than 2 years ago by JS1YMG, the lunar ham station of the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, is apparently just the beginning. Attendees at a Hamvention forum hosted by Eris in Xenia, Ohio, recently learned about the moon-based project called KVR. That's an acronym for Communications, Audio, Video, and Imaging Using Amateur Radio. The feasibility of KVR is being studied by Eris and AMSAT through a partnership known as AirX for Amateur Radio Exploration. According to the early information being discussed publicly, the station could have support for voice, digital, and video, with 10 and 5 gigahertz links supported by a network of stations on Earth. More far-reaching goals can be found on the Eris website, which describes AirX as, quote, an international effort to develop and operate amateur radio systems for deep space, starting with the moon and later to Mars, end quote. This is Kent Peterson, KC0DGY.
Hamvention is over, and for many, the next step is Friedrichshafen in Germany. AMSAT DL has a request for satellite enthusiasts who are planning to be there. Ed Durant, DD5LP, tells us how you can help.
AMSAT DL wants amateurs to look to the future. We're not only talking about June 27th, when the organisation will be hosting a workshop that builds on the experience of Qatar Oscar 100. AMSAT DL wants a workshop with ideas, perspectives and proposals for the upcoming ESA-sponsored geostationary satellite, which will carry an amateur radio payload. At the time that Oscar 100 was sent up into space in 2018, the Oscar number administrator, Drew Glassbrenner, KO4MA, noted on the AMSAT DL website that it would be, quote, the guiding star for future amateur radio satellites and payloads in geostationary orbit and beyond, end quote. The time has come at Friedrichshafen next month to follow that star's light. AMSAT DL will present 2 or 3 mission and payload concepts for open discussion, including a concept that builds on QO100's success in new directions. An experimental concept will also be presented, offering digital signal processing and software-defined payload architectures. There is a possible third option to be presented, which involves beacons and experiments in high-frequency ranges and would include new antenna concepts and space imaging. The workshop's location in the Neue Messe will be announced as the date gets closer. Meanwhile, AMSAT DL welcomes everyone with varying levels of experience. All that is required is an interest in amateur radio satellites and helping to shape their future. The AMSAT DL meeting will not be the only space-related activity at Ham Radio Friedrichshafen, as this year Astro, the astronomy trade fair, will take place alongside the Ham Radio exhibition. This is Ed Durant, DD5LP.
Members of the amateur radio community in the New York metropolitan area are grieving the loss of a lifelong ham whose deep involvement and leadership spanned more than 5 decades. We hear about him from Daniel Garcia, W2DIY.
Jerry Abrams, WB2ZEX, was as devoted to public service as he was to his fellow amateurs during his long and active involvement with ham radio. Jerry became a silent key following a heart attack on the 28th of March. Jerry made his half-century membership with the Long Island Mobile Amateur Radio Club an active and devoted membership. His different roles included treasurer, membership chairman, and for a time, newsletter editor. He also assisted families of Silent Keys with clearing the contents of the shacks those hams left behind. According to the club, over the years, his effort led families to receive more than $100,000 from equipment being rehomed. The Ham Radio University Organizing Committee also knew him to be a reliable and capable member. Jerry took public service seriously, first as a member of an ambulance corps in Brooklyn, and later providing communication support for a number of Aries groups throughout New York City and on Long Island. He also provided radio support for the annual New York City Marathon. The New York Roadrunners, the group behind the race, inducted him into their Volunteer Hall of Fame in 2022 for his years of service. Jerry was 78. This is Daniel Garcia, W2DIY.
An important ham radio club trailer made its public debut this month at Hamvention in Xenia, Ohio. It had a very appreciative audience, as we hear from Kevin Trotman, N5 PRE.
The Porter County Amateur Radio Club in Valparaiso, Indiana, received grant funding last year from Amateur Radio Digital Communications to build a coordinated communication system with its sister club, the neighboring Ogden Dunes Fire Department Amateur Radio Club. Part of that plan involved building a communications trailer. The project also involved connecting the HF radios to an internet-based youth network as part of the outreach program. Club President Mike Lambertino, W9ML, described the original concept for the project. He told Newsline, quote, "The driving force behind the trailer is youth, STEM, and community outreach, getting the trailer out in the community and helping where we can. We do have interoperability and the alliance with the neighboring fire department to help expand our communications abilities to assist where needed," end quote. Volunteers designed and built out the trailer using significant donations and discounts on equipment and supplies since the trailer's delivery last September. Mike said the trailer received between 250 and 400 visitors. Among them were members of the ARDC community. He said the trailer drew a lot of very positive comments, especially from members of the ARDC, who said they were happy to see the results, calling it a model in which to base other trailer builds. Learn more about the club at www.k9pc.club. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Kevin Trotman, N5PRE.
As part of the occasional series Nets of Note, we look at a newly created net based in the AWA Communications Technology Museum in upstate New York. You'd expect a group like the Antique Wireless Association, W2AN, to recommend using only vintage equipment, but that's not the case. Stephen Sykes, KT2OM, told Newsline that the single sideband net even allows modern equipment as well. The net take place on Tuesdays from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on 14.265 megahertz, plus or minus 5 kilohertz. Everyone is welcome and encouraged to check in. Topics for discussion are open. This summer, a group of Girl Guides will be preparing for a different kind of adventure, getting licensed, with the help of a ham radio club in their Caribbean nation, as we hear from Jim Meechan, ZL2 BHF.
When the summer holidays arrive in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, many members of the Girl Guides in Georgetown will change from classroom students to amateur radio students. The ULU Amateur Radio Association has a training session planned, enabling Girl Guides and other students to prepare to take their ham radio license exam. For many of the Girl Guides, this will be their second encounter with amateur radio. In early May, 32 Girl Guides got their introduction to radio science and the radio experience with the help of Association President James Godrington, J88JC, and past President Don D. Riggs, J88CD. The girls learned how two-way radios work and participated in a simulated disaster drill using handheld radios within the school compound. The radio session in Georgetown was the latest the Ham Association has conducted for Girl Guides. Education is a big part of the mission behind the ULU Amateur Group, which also provides vital services in emergency communication. This is Jim Meechan, ZL2BHF.
You are almost out of time. This is the final week for sending in your nominations for the Amateur Radio Newsline Bill Pasternak WA6ITF Memorial Young Ham of the Year Award. You only have until the 31st of May, and it's coming up fast. Nominees must be licensed hams who are 18 years of age or younger, and they must reside in the continental United States. Visit our website, arnewsline.org, and find the nomination form under the Awards tab. Submit the documentation that tells us how your nominee has played an important role, not just in the community of fellow amateurs, but in the community at large. It's time for you to identify your station. We are the Amateur Radio Newsline, heard on bulletin stations around the world, including the AB4KK repeater in Folkston, Georgia, on Sundays at 8:45 p.m. local time. Also on Echolink, Allstar, and DMR TGIF. The flood that overtook part of Pennsylvania in 1889 was the kind of storm that happens only once every 1,000 years. But a special event station that remembers it is happening again this year. Travis Lisk, N3ILS, tells us what to listen for starting later this month.
The communities surrounding Johnstown, Pennsylvania, do not forget the lives that were swept away by floodwaters unleashed after the collapse of a nearby dam. The numbers speak for themselves. A rush of 20 million tons of water, fatalities numbering 2,209, among them 99 whole families. Remembering that catastrophe on the 31st of May, 137 years ago, the Cambria Radio Club, WA3WGN, will be on the air again this year with the special event call sign N3N from the 30th of May through to the 5th of June. For hams in this flood-prone river valley is a very personal special event activation and a sad chapter in regional history. There have been other floods since, notably in 1936 and 1977, but neither compared to this deadly moment, one that is marked now by a national memorial in the heart of the city and a special event station by amateur radio operators who know the landscape well. This is Travis Lisk, N3ILS.
An engineering student from Ireland has become the third and final young operator for next year's D-Expedition to South Georgia Island. Jeremy Boot, G4NJH, tells us about her.
Even before setting foot on South Georgia Island, the VP0SG D-Expedition team has already fulfilled one of its objectives. They've added Megan, EI5LA, a 19-year-old engineering student from University College Cork, as the third and final young operator. Megan joins Violetta KN2P and Leon DL3ON for next year's trip. There are now 16 operators from North America and Europe who hope to get on the air as part of this coveted DX next year. Megan, who has been a ham since 2021, is involved in the EI7M contest team and has a particular focus on high-level multi-operator events and CW contesting. She is active in Youngsters on the Air in Region 1. The team announced her addition, reaffirming its commitment to mentor the next generation of operators and encourage a robust future for the expeditions. This is Jeremy Boot, G4NJH.
In the world of DX, there is still time to work Bob, ZL1RS, who is using the call sign A35RS from Tongatapu, IOTA number OC049, in Tonga until the 26th of May. This is a 6-meter EMED expedition using Q65-60A in Q65 pileup mode. Bob will also be monitoring 50.313 megahertz on FT8. Rafael, SQ40, will be on the air as HF0 PAS from the Henrik Arktowski station on King George Island in the South Shetland Islands, IOTA number AN010. He is part of the 50th Polish Antarctic expedition and will be on the island from May through October. In his spare time, he will be operating on the HF bands, using single sideband and CW, and using FT8 on 6 meters. The special event station, SX1FLY, is marking 243 years of human flight by celebrating the Montgolfier brothers who flew the first crewed hot air balloon in 1783 in France. The station is on all bands using all modes until the 31st of May. Listen for Muttley, ZB2KX, operating as ZD8KX from Ascension Island, IOTA number AF003, from the 25th through the 29th of May. He will operate QRP on 40 through 10 meters using mainly CW with some single sideband and digital modes. For QSL details and other operating information, visit each station's page on QRZ.com. With the help of a retired teacher who's a veteran of quite a few roundups, that would be school club roundups, a Colorado student club is finding its voice on the air, as we hear from Ralph Squillace, KK6 ITB.
The ARRL School Club Roundup was a way of life for Chris, WR0TE, when he was teaching high school chemistry in Vermont. For half of his 40 years at the school, he also worked with students who belonged to the school's amateur radio club, K1BBS. The effort paid off big in February of 2014 when K1BBS became the top scorer in the senior high school category. Now retired, Chris lives in Colorado, where he is the education director for the Estes Valley Amateur Radio Club. He is also one of the control operators for W0EPS, a student club that got its start at the Estes Park Middle School a few years ago. One of the teachers had asked the Hams to get the kids involved in radio. Involved doesn't even begin to describe it. The young teenagers now have several ARRL school club roundups to their credit, but as Chris told Newsline, they don't really need an excuse to get on the air. In one recent week, he said, a total of 58 students in 6th through 8th grade logged 113 contacts in 29 states and 2 Canadian provinces. You can find them most of the time on 10 meters if it's open. Otherwise, try contacting them on the 20-meter band. Chris told Newsline, quote, "The secret to getting students on the air is exactly that. Get the kids on the air. Ham radio is not a demonstration activity. It's a participation activity. Sit them down, put a mic in their hands, have them call CQ, and see what happens." End quote. What happens is deceptively simple. The kids find their way in radio, and they also find their voice. In Estes Park, they're not just waiting around for another school club roundup to make things happen, but when it does arrive, they'll be ready. Whenever they key the mic, these kids already feel like champions. This is Ralph Squillace, KK6 ITB.
With thanks to Amateur Radio Daily, AMSAT News, AMSAT DL, Eris, Chris WR0TE, David Behar, K7DB, DX World, EA1CS Blog, Eddie Misovich, KB3YRU, the 425 DX News, History.com, Limark, Larry Guerrera, W2LAG, NZNet, QRZ.com, the Radio Society of Great Britain, shortwaveradio.de, the Wireless Institute of Australia, and you, our listeners. That's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. We remind our listeners that Amateur Radio Newsline is an all-volunteer, non-profit organization that incurs expenses for its continued operation. If you wish to support us, please visit our website at arnewsline.org and know that we appreciate you all. We also remind our listeners that if you like our newscast, please leave us a 5-star rating wherever you subscribe to us. For now, with Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Paul Brown, WD9GCO in Valparaiso, Indiana, saying 73. As always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is a copyright 2026. Amateur Radio Newsline retains ownership of its material even when retransmitted elsewhere. All rights are reserved.
This is KD8SLG. We're a little over 10 minutes out from the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Club Net. So stick around. Sure to be a good time. KD80PC's running the show tonight. This is KD8SLG. I'll be clear until net. Oh, and there is a NetLogger session open for those of you who like to play along at home. KD8 SLG clear.
KD8 SLG, this is KD8 EPC. I just wanted to test out the node real quick. How's it sound?
KD8 EPC, KD8 SLG. Sounds pretty good, Dustin. But I could hear you moving the HT around, I think.
Yeah, I'm on this little icon, the ID31A, and it's tiny compared to the HTs I'm used to, so trying to find a comfortable spot for it in my hand is a little bit challenging.
You'll find it, I'm sure. I didn't hear any of it that time. Ah, it sounds good, man. Sounds good. Fine business.
All right, good deal. Well, I've got a question lined up, and I got the script sitting here, and I am ready to go at the top of the hour. Thanks for coming back to me, Nick, and thanks for giving me the sound check there. This is KD8 EPC, and I'm going to be clear until net time.
Sounds like a plan, man. If you want to throw announcements at me, feel free. I got a couple of them lined up. See you at the top of the hour. KD8 EPC, KD8 SLG clear.
T-O-T-E-N-A. T-O-T-E-N-A. T-O-T-E-N-A.
weekly Serenette featuring club news, trivia, and check-ins from some of the nicest hams in the universe starts in 5 minutes.
W8WKY.
Get ready for the weekly Serenet starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
CQ, this is W8WKY calling CQ for the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Net. My name is Dustin, my call sign is KD8EPC, and I'll be your net controller using the club called W8WKY. We're here every Tuesday at 8 p.m., and all stations are welcome to check in. This is a direct-to-net, all traffic must pass through net control, and we'll take multiple rounds of check-in, so if you don't get in the first time, just stand by. We'll get you as soon as we can. As always, emergency or priority traffic can break in at any time. Before we get this thing started, we do have a few announcements. I'm going to turn it over to my president for that. KD8SLG, what do you have for us?
WWKY, it says KD8SLG. Thanks, Dustin. I will be brief. We got a new location for Field Day. St. Andrew's Church over in Norton. Looks like it's going to work out pretty good. So that's something big and different for this year. That's pretty cool. More details will follow as we get closer, I assure you. Field Day t-shirts are on sale now. KC8YFO won the t-shirt contest this year, and it looks pretty good. And the shirt sales are up. They'll be on sale until the end of the Beacon Net next week on June 3rd. Norse is having a portable day, a ham radio show and tell. And that's going to be Sunday, June 6th from 10 to 3. The address and all the other information's on the website, w8wky.org. Does it for me tonight, Dustin. Have at it. W8WKY, this is KD8SLG. Back to net control.
All right, thanks so much for those announcements there, Nick. We really do appreciate it. Let's see, we're going to start with some in and out check-ins, and then we'll take some regular check-ins, and then I'll have a trivia for you. So let's start this thing out. This is W8WKY. I'm looking for in and out check-ins for the Sarah Club Net. Please call now.
QFA Sarah Toaster. Mark and Wadberg. In and out.
Kilo Bravo 8 Victor Hotel Mike KB8 VHM Tom and Green in and out.
Kilo Echo 8 Juliet November Hotel KE8 JNH Doug and Ribbon in and out.
All right,
Tango Lima Bravo, KELB, Rainy and Redmond. I'll be in and out, 73 double S, everyone.
JNH. Doug, so do we have any other in and out check-ins? In and out check-ins, please call now.
Whiskey Alpha 8 Kilo Oscar Charlie, W88KOC Fred Akron. I'll be in and out, Dustin, and you doubled with KE8TLB, Randy.
All right, thanks so much there, Fred. Appreciate that. And we got Randy KE8TLB in there. Nick heard him. I didn't. My apologies, Randy. So we picked up Fred and Randy. Do we have any other stations that want to be in and out check-ins? Please call now. All right, not hearing any more in and out check-ins, regular check-ins for the Sarah Club Net. This is W8WKY. Please call now.
Kilo Charlie 8 Yankee Foxtrot Oscar KC8YFO Andy Medina.
November Tango 8 Delta NT8D Dave in Copley.
Alpha 8, Charlie, Tango, Craig, Shreve.
W8WKY, this is Kilo Echo 8 Victor, Quebec X-Ray, KE8VQX, Joe in Akron.
Lori Maslin.
Please copy Kilo Echo 8 Uniform India Bravo KE8 UIB John Maslin.
Kilo Echo 8 Victor Oscar X-Ray KE8 VOX Scott Vermillion.
This is WO3X Whiskey Oscar 3 X-Ray John in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio.
All right, what a nice orderly list of check-ins. Let me make sure I've got it here. Fantastic. And let's see who we picked up here. We have KC8YFO Andy. We have NT8D Dave. AA8CT Craig. K8VQX Joe. We have KF8DTP Lori and K8UIB John. We have K8VOX Scott. And we have WO3X John. Who did we miss there?
Kilo 4 Oscar Golf, K4OG, Mark and Copley.
November 8, Mike Whiskey Sierra, N8MWS Pete, Jackson Township, Stark County.
All right, we picked up a couple more there. We have K4OG Mark and N8MWS Pete. We'll make one more call here. Any other stations that want to be regular check-ins for the Sarah Club Net, please call now.
W8WKY.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Echo Lima Alpha KF8 ELA Zach in Dalton.
All right, we picked up a couple more there. We have KF8GGM Matt and KF8ELA Zach. We're going to make one more call here for check-ins. Any other regular check-ins before I read the trivia question? Please call now. All right, nothing else heard. Let's go over here and I'll give you the trivia question for the evening, and it will be as follows. What precautions should be taken if you install an indoor transmitting antenna? Is it A, locate the antenna close to your operating position to minimize feed line radiation? Is it B, position the antenna along the edge of a wall to reduce parasitic radiation? C, make sure the MPE limits are not exceeded in occupied areas? Or D, make sure the antenna is properly shielded? Once again, what precautions should be taken if you install an indoor transmitting antenna? A, locate the antenna close to your operating position to minimize feed line radiation. B, position the antenna along the edge of the wall to reduce parasitic radiation. C, make sure the MPE limits are not exceeded in occupied areas. Or D, make sure the antenna is properly shielded. I'm going to drop it real quick. And we're going to go right to the top of the list here. We're going to go talk to Andy, KC8YFO. How you doing, Andy? What's going on?
Hey, doing pretty good. Had a nice long day of yard work and just finished, so I figured I'd jump on the net. And should be able to make it to the club meeting this month, so that'll be great. Pick up, we had a couple of t-shirts. Actually, my mom and my wife wanted one, so I'll definitely be able to pick those up this month, and for the June month, I guess. And let's see, trivia. We'll do C as in Charlie. I've got a couple indoor antennas, so we'll see if I'm right. And then otherwise, yeah, it's good to be back. I extended a 4-day trip, like I said, so I've been off the air for a little bit. Working on an Allstar Node, though, with the Raspberry Pi and just setting that up, and I have to do a firmware update on my AIOC. But other than that, it should be ready to go this week, so happy about that. Back to you, KC8YFO.
All right there, Andy. Well, great to hear you out there. We got you down for Charlie for your trivia answer there, and Nick's looking for you in the blue screen. He needs to know your shirt size because you win a free shirt for winning the contest. So there you go. We'll say 73 for now. Great to hear you, and fun, fantastic news on the Allstar Node. I just got my third one built yesterday, so excited about that. We'll say 73 to you, and that's going to bring us over here to Dave, NT8D. How you doing, Dave? What's going on in Copley?
Hey there, Dustin, everybody on the net. Nothing much going on in Copley. I had Mark and John come over yesterday. We tested out a bunch of Jim's antennas. That was a whole bunch of fun. And we went over to Rizzy's, get some chicken and JoJo's, which is also a whole lot of fun. Let's see, I usually don't give an explanation to my answers because I think it's unfair. However, I did... I've got one of Jim's new antennas, and it tested out really just fine when I was hanging it out on some clothesline out in the backyard. So I was going to hang it up in my bedroom, and so I could check into the net from the other end of the house. And I hung it on the side of the wall, and all of a sudden, there ain't no dip in the SWR. And my assumption is it's got to be interacting with the aluminum siding on the other side of the wall. So I think it's not B. So it's not, my answer is not B, which leaves me with one other selection, and that's going to be Charlie. Hope everybody's having a great start to your week. A terrific Tuesday to all, and I'll throw it back to Net Control. This is MTAD.
All right there, Dave. Well, thanks for joining us, and fantastic on playing with those antennas there. We'll say 73 for now, and we'll catch you on down the log. That's going to bring us on over here to Craig, AA8CT. How you doing?
W8WKY, good evening, Boston. Thank you so much for being our NCO this evening. And my answer is going to be Charlie. So there you have it. It was a very pleasant day here. I had some errands to run hither and fro and didn't get the lawn mowed, which needs to be done, so hopefully that'll be on tomorrow's docket, but you never can tell. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to you. Thank you so much. Possibly hear you tomorrow on the Boredom Breaker. This is AA8CT turning it back to W8WKY. Thank you so much, and thank you, Nick, for being in the background behind the curtain.
All right there, Craig. Well, great to hear you, and we'll be there for the Boredom Breaker tomorrow. I may even be portable, so we'll see. We'll say 73 to you for now, and we got you down for C, and that's going to bring us on over here to Joe, K8VQX. What's going on, Joe? How you doing?
W8WKY, this is KE8VQX. Good evening, Dustin, and everyone on the net. It was pretty cool talking to you on the way down to Xenia a couple weeks ago. It's my fourth time going down there. First time I've ever talked to anybody on the radio while I'm making the trip. So that was cool, as brief as it was. Let's see, as far as the trivia goes, I'm going to also pick C as in Charlie or Chuck. Did a bunch of yard work today, and then got a while here and decided I would go shoot some golf balls, which I haven't done in 4 years, so that went about as well as could be expected. Got a large bucket, so hopefully I don't wake up crippled. Anyway, thanks for getting me in, Dustin. This is K8VQX, back to W8WKY.
All right there, Joe. Well, great to hear you out there. And I'll tell you what, actually, that was the first time I've talked to somebody on the way to Hamvention like that either. And that was really cool to run into you because I knew you and that other gentleman that we ran into also. So I'm always going to keep 5-2 on the way down there from now on. So there you go. We'll say 73 and we'll catch you down the log. And that's going to bring me over here to Miss Lori, KF8DTP. How you doing?
KD8EPC from KF8 DTP. I'm doing really, really good tonight. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what I said I was going to choose for the answer. Oh, C! That's it. Thanks, John. Hope everybody's having a fabulous Tuesday. Was a crazy day at work. Got a crazy week ahead of us. So, yeah. So, hope that's it. So, 7-3. Hope everybody has a great evening.
All right there, Lori. Well, we got you on for Charlie, and it's a great evening for sure. So we'll say 73, and let's go talk to John now. KE8UIB. How you doing, my friend?
KD8EPC from KE8UIB. Good afternoon, Dustin, or good evening, Dustin, and everybody out there on the net. And let me see, it is trivia time, the best time of the week. And let me see, I guess my mom and dad are going to go with C, Charlie. And since the wife took C, I guess I'm just going to follow suit and go with these guys and go with C, Charlie, and be a bandwagon guy, I guess. I usually don't do that, but hey. Let me see. Other than that, just relaxing, enjoying the evening. Happy we're in the warmer day, so hey, I'll take that as a big win there, definitely, and just hope everybody's enjoying their Tuesday evening. And thank you, Dustin, for running the net, and thank you there on NetLogger Nick for keeping that up and going. We appreciate you guys so much. So with that, this is KE8UIB, and I'll go ahead and hand this back over to Net Control. 7-3, y'all.
W8WKY.
All right there, John. We got you down for C, and we got your parents down for C, and pleasure to hear you, my friend, and we enjoy running nets, so we're happy to be here. We'll say 73, and let's go talk to Scott now on the shores of Lake Erie. KE8VOX, what's going on?
Good evening, Dustin. Good evening, all the listeners. KE8VOX here. Just having a terrific, what's today? Tuesday. Busy with new house landscape and all that jazz, finishing up the insides and packing up over here and all that, and just enjoying the weather also. So, but I did play in the band, and I will get on the bandwagon there and go with C, Charlie, for trivia. And that's all I got, Dustin. Thanks for doing the net, and thanks for getting me in. KE8VOX, back net control.
All right there, Scott. Well, sounds like you got good things going on there. We got you down for Charlie. We'll say 73 and look forward to catching you on down the log. That's going to bring us on over here to John, WO3X. Take it away.
Good evening, Dustin, and all on the net. This is WO3X John here in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. I'm saying Ohio because I'm hearing some other net in the background. I don't know if anybody else is hearing it, but I'm not sure where that's coming from. I have my antenna pointed south-southwest, so it's not Michigan, and it's not Burgettstown, Pennsylvania, so I'm not sure where I'm picking it up from. On the trivia question, I'm going to go with everybody else there and go with C. Charlie. Let's see, I did manage to get the lawn mowed today, and I think the forecast is for maybe some rain tomorrow, so it's good I got that done today. Also planted up outside a plant that my wife got for Mother's Day, so we'll see how that does. There was an empty spot there that was just looking for a plant. So there we go. We got that in there. Let's see. So with that, nothing else here. This is WO3X, back to the net.
All right there, John. Well, great to hear you. We got you down for Charlie. And I'll tell you what, I was hearing those guys last night. There were a couple of them chatting, and I want to say I think they were VE3s, so I think they might be Canadian, right over the Lake Erie there, because conditions have been just right the last couple of days for that. So I'm going to blame Canada. So we'll say 70 pre-T and we'll catch you on down the log. This is WA8WKY Club Net. Next, we're going to go talk to Mark, K4OG. What's going on, my friend? How are you?
KD8 EPC K4OG. We're doing just fine, Dustin. If you've seen the vacay alert, well, that means I'm about to go on vacay down to Orange Beach, Alabama. Just called up my charter boat captain today. Well, texted him. He's still doing charters, private charters, and he usually can sneak me in. If not fishing, just, help him drive. And so that's going to be awesome. I do recall, now that I'm thinking about it, I think he said, when he goes offshore pretty far, now they got the VHF marine radios, but I think he said it's a requirement. Coast Guard has got an HF, makes them carry an HF radio. If that's true, I might be playing HF on a charter boat down in the Gulf. K4OG, Charlie.
All right there, Mark. We'll enjoy the vacay and be safe out there on the Gulf. Hopefully you don't have to use the HF radios to get hold of the Coast Guard, but maybe you can have some fun HF there. So we'll say 73 and we'll catch you down the log. And that's going to bring us here to Pete, N8MWS. How you doing?
Hi, good evening, Dustin, and the W8WKY crowd out here. Good to hear everybody out here. This is Pete, November 8, Mike Whiskey Sierra, located in Jackson Township, Stark County, western part. And the only thing I have for the net is what I kind of repeat all the time is the Nash Family Jackson Amphitheater. We'd love to see everybody there. We've got a lot of great events going on. Our big community celebration starts on June 24th, runs through June 27th. June 27th is the fireworks. We have some of the best fireworks in Northeast Ohio, and lots of musical acts. I think I have 7 bands this year. My band, Wheels Up, will also be performing as an opener on Friday, June 26th, opening for Trailer Park Ninjas, who are a fantastic band in their own grace. They're awesome. So, hope to see everybody out here. It's local government, nonprofit. We just try to entertain the community and welcome everybody from all around Northeast Ohio. There's food trucks and there's adult beverages, so hope to see you out there. N8MWS, back to W8WKY Net Control. Thanks for having me.
All right there, Pete. Well, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate you being here tonight. And I'll tell you what, that sounds like a bundle of fun there. And I think I missed your trivia answer there, Pete. Would you mind giving it to me one more time?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Dustin. I did not give it to you. My answer would be C, Charlie. Safety, number 1.
All right there, Pete. We got you down for answer C there. We'll say 73, and good luck with all those productions this year. It sounds like it's going to be a good time. We'll say 73, and let's go to Matt now, KF8GGM. What's going on out in the rain?
What's going on? In the wonderful city of Orleans. I was heading up somewhere to work today, and my purple with me. I was getting some food shots from across the pond. So that was kind of cool. Contacts for the name. Already bought my washer. But I fixed it. And when it goes in red, with the red water on the floor, the base part that this one cycle to release, and it's still doing. So I've got one more rabbit to pull out of the hat. I found out that it needs to calibrate. If it doesn't work this time, man, there's going to be a poison here. hope you're having a good night. I hope everybody else is having a good night. And so pretty off. Keep up that is the next control.
All right there, Matt. I didn't hear you at all. The whole thing was scrambled. I think your Echolink might need to be reset there. But if you wouldn't mind just giving me your answer in the blue screen for now, and we'll say 73, and we'll look forward to catching you on down the log. Let's go to Zach now. KF8ELA. How you doing, Zach? What's going on?
W8WKY, this is KF8ELA. Good evening, Dustin and everyone on the net. Let's see, I am stationary mobile. Tuesday night's affectionately known as radio night, and we are sitting out in the car here. We've got it pulled up to the neighbor's field and just enjoying the view, looking over the field. You're trying to decide if they're doing corn or beans this year. But anyway, just enjoying the beautiful weather. And just wanted to get in and say hello to everyone. And we'll keep it short tonight. We'll send it back to net. This is KF8ELA. Oh, and trivia. Let's go with C. Charlie.
W8WKY.
All right there, Zach. Well, thanks so much for joining us. We got you on for Charlie. Enjoy that view there. And I'll tell you what, think back of what they planted last year. And they'll probably plant the opposite this year if they're good stewards of the land. So there you are. We'll say 73, and I'm at the bottom of the list here. I picked up a few on the list, though. I picked up KC8FQV Northern Mark. I have K8VZA Eric, and I have W2JLS John. But this is W8WKY with the Sarah Club Net. I'm ready for some more check-ins, and then I'll reread the trivia. So stations waiting to check in. Please call now.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Golf Hotel Papa, Ryan from Kansas, in and out.
All right, we picked up KF8GHP. Orion was in and out. We'll say 73 to you. I didn't hear anybody else, so I'm going to reread the trivia question, then we'll go through our list of people that we've got here. And tonight's trivia question is, what precautions should be taken if you install an indoor transmitting antenna? A, locate the antenna close to your operating position to minimize feedline radiation. B, position the antenna along the edge of a wall to reduce parasitic radiation. C, make sure the MPE limits are not exceeded in occupied areas. D, make sure the antenna is properly shielded. I'll read that one more time. Let me drop it here. Once again, what precautions should be taken if you install an indoor transmitting antenna? A, locate the antenna close to your operating position to minimize feedline radiation. B, position the antenna along the edge of a wall to reduce parasitic radiation. C, make sure the MPE limits are not exceeded in occupied areas. Or D, make sure the antenna is properly shielded. All right, let's move on down the list here. Let's see if Mark is there. KC8FQV, take it away. All right, I think he might be in some kind of meeting there, so we'll try him one more time, though. KC8FQV, are you there? All right, nothing heard. Let's go to Eric. K8VZA. What's going on in Strongsville?
W8WKY, KE8VZA here. Doing all right, Dustin. Thanks for running the net tonight. You're sounding okay. There's some QRM on my end. I don't know. I think John said he was hearing something too, but I can still copy people. Hopefully you can copy me. For trivia, I'm going to answer Charlie, and hope OG is having a good time down there, wherever he may be. I think he's somewhere down near or in the Gulf. Right now, my son is out in Lake Erie on a boat with his friends, and it's kind of funny to locate him via Find My Devices and see them out in the middle of the big pond there. So anyway, the house is enduring after its dual colonoscopy, and the drains are flowing well. Just happy to report that, and knock on wood. Anyway, everyone have a great evening. KE8VZA back to net control.
All right there, Eric. Great to hear you. We got you down for answer C, and glad to hear the house is still holding up there. We'll say 73, and we'll catch you down the log. And that's going to bring me on here to John, W2 at JLS. How you doing, John?
KD8AC. Good evening on your ears, Dustin. I guess I'm doing all right, sir. I'm in the radio room. I did migrate from upstairs, and I'm coming through on RF. I'm pretty good. I heard the question repeated. Thank you for that. And I guess I'm going to go with the pack. The answer, at least to my ear, sounds like choice C. Also mentioned I'm dealing with an antenna situation right now. My HF, I can hear, but I can't transmit. I went out and took a look. I think I need to replace a connector. Looks like some weathering maybe took place through one end of my insulation. So hopefully I can get that situated. Yeah, pretty cool that we're here in Canada coming in on 2 meters tonight. It's kind of neat. Anyway, keep it. You guys are really moving and looking at the clock, and it's 8:31. So somebody's putting on the hustle here. Good job, Dustin. W2JLS, back to you, sir. Thanks for having me.
Great to hear you, John. As always, we got you down for Charlie, and I'll tell you what, we're trying to get her done, and I'm going to go back over to the radio and play on 5.2 after this, see if I can't talk to Simplex to Canada, which sometimes happens there. But right now I'm running Allstar, so there you go. We'll say 73 to you. We're going to try Matt now. KF8GGM, did you get Echolink rebooted? Still sounds pretty bad on my end. It's real choppy. I don't know if maybe it's your internet connection. I'm not sure, but it's really choppy. There's a lot of pads. So there you go. I'm not sure what's going on there, but we'll have to try to figure it out after the net. But we got you in there, Matt, and we got you down for C. So I'll say 73 to you for now, my friend. And that brings you to the bottom of the list. This is W8WKY with the Sarah Club Net. I'm looking for more check-ins. Please call now.
Kilo Echo 8, Zulu, Zulu, Romeo.
Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Golf Alpha Golf, in and out.
All right, we picked up several there. We have K8ZZR Harry, K88MNT Tom, and KF8GAG Daryl in and out. Let's start here with Harry, K8ZZR. How you doing, Harry?
Hey, good evening, Dustin. This is KE8ZZR. Checking in here a little late. I took the wife out to dinner, and so here I am. I was trying to go through the blue screen here to see what the questions were, but I'm on my phone, so it's hard to find them on the phone, but I'm using the HT to talk to you. Not much happening here. Just wrapping up a day. Decided to go with Starlink. They installed that on Saturday, so I'm going through all 10 of my devices to get everything hooked back up to Starlink, and what a PETA that is. But I think I've conquered it. So I'm not going to do anything with the trivia questions because I don't know the questions and I don't want to take up anybody's time. So I'm going to turn it back to you, Dustin. Hope you're doing well. And this is KE8ZZR Clear.
All right. right there, Harry. Well, great to hear you out there. And I'll tell you what, I didn't put the question in the blue screen, so listen close here, and I'll read it for you real quick. What precautions should be taken if you install an indoor transmitting antenna? A, locate the antenna close to your operating position to minimize feed line radiation. B, position the antenna along the edge of the wall to reduce parasitic radiation. C, make sure that the MPE limits are not exceeded in occupied areas. Or D, make sure the antenna is properly shielded. Back to you.
I'll go see Charlie on that one, Dustin. Thank you very much for doing that.
All right, no problem there, my friend. Great to hear you out there. We'll say 73 to you, and safe travels. Love seeing your photos of everywhere you go there. We're going to say 73, and that's going to bring us down here to Tom, KA8MNT. How you doing, Tom?
W8WKY, this is KA8MNT. Good evening, Dustin, and everybody else that is on the net. Well, let's see. Not a whole lot going on. We had our 6-meter group luncheon this morning, or brunch, whatever you want to call it, and had a great time. Got a lot of stuff talked about, learned a lot, and all kinds of good stuff. So, then we went to grocery store and came home. That was about it for my day. It was a beautiful day out. The sun was up, shining. It was in the low 80s all day long. Right now it's down to 73, so we're going to have a nice night, too. Trivia, I'm going to go with Charlie. That's because that's all I can think of at this point, what it might be. So, Charlie, it is. So with that, I'll turn everything back over to you. This is KA8MNT, back to W8WKY.
All right there, Tom. Well, great to hear you out there. Sounds like you had a good day, and the weather was fantastic. I spent the whole day outside, too. So we'll say 73 and catch you down the log and get you down for Charlie. We're at the bottom of the list. This is KD8EPC. I'm going to make one more call here for check-ins before we go read the trivia answers. So any other stations waiting to check in, please call now. All right, nothing heard. Let's go talk to my president, KD8SLG. What do you have for us this evening?
W8WKY, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Dustin, all the Sarah Club netizens. We got a little group in here tonight. Went very quickly. But that's fine. I'm going with Charlie as well. I'm looking down the list now. Everyone chose Charlie. You better surprise us with something, Dustin. Hey, man, fine business tonight. Thank you very much. As I said earlier, T-shirts are on sale for Field Day. Check it out on W8WKY.org. Get yourself some swag. They look pretty good this year, I think. We do have a new location for Field Day this year. That's going to be exciting. Josh is putting a bunch of work into it. Harry's Church, thank you, Harry. And a lot of people are involved, so it should be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. That's all I'm going over tonight, man. I got the lawn mowed yesterday. That was fabulous. Sunday night, I disappeared during the Beacon Net. I apologize to everybody. Charlotte was a little bit off. Got home Sunday afternoon, and suddenly she was, like, shaky and not responsive. And when I put her food down at 5 o'clock, she didn't eat it. This dog does not skip meals. Don't know how else to say that. But, so I was kind of nursing her along and holding her and making her feel better during the net Sunday night. Sorry I missed all y'all. She's better now. We went for a nice 2-mile walk today. So there. That's all I got, man. Don't forget the Beacon Net tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. That's 9:30. Early check-in start. And Boredom Breaker Net tomorrow afternoon. I'll be there with you at 1 o'clock, Dustin. See you then. Don't forget the Barometer Net tomorrow morning. WAKOC, he'll be there running the show. Thanks, Dustin. KD8SLG, back to W8WKY.
All right there, Nick. Well, we missed you Sunday night, but we're glad to hear Charlotte's doing better. And I'll tell you what, we picked up K3MBC Mark and WB4AIZ Chuck, both on the list. This is KD8EPC. Any other check-ins here before we go up and read the trivia answer? Please call now. All right, let's go talk to Mark, K3MBC. What's going on, man? What's up in Texas?
It's K3MBC. Hey, Dustin. It's hot. It's really hot. We got about up to 90 degrees today, so summer has officially arrived. Oddly enough, I was excited to discover that my 7300 had a bad power supply, and after dealing with common current issues and other 5,000 other things and a trip back to ICOM for my radio, it's just a power supply. So now I've got to spend some money for that, but that's the exciting part. I solved my problem. So anyway, it was a good day, and I just popped in here at the end of the net just to say howdy. So 7-3 to you, and back to you, Dustin.
All right there, Mark. Well, sorry to hear your power supply is bad, but I guess it could be far worse. So get a new power supply and get her back on the air. We'll say 73, and thanks for stopping by. And that's going to bring us to Chuck, WB4AIZ. What's going on in Florida?
Yeah, this is WB4AIZ. Checking in. Anyways, not a whole lot. Well, we're getting some rain. I think we're getting it now. But we're finally in our rainy period. So, let's see, this is Tuesday. Sunday I had a video call with my girlfriend, thanks to her CNA. And then yesterday I got a regular phone call from one of her visitors. So we'll be two calls in a row. In a row, 2 days in a row. Anyways, it's only Tuesday, but Wednesday's coming. WB4AIZ.
All right there, Chuck. We're glad you got to have those video calls, and glad to have you with us here. We're going to say 73 to you. This is W8WKY with the Sarah Club Net. We're at the bottom of the list, and we're going to read the trivia questions and answer here. The trivia question was, what precautions should be taken if you install an indoor transmitting antenna? And as everybody guessed, the answer was C. Make sure that MPE limits are not exceeded in occupied areas. All right, that's been trivia. This is W8WKY, and this is going to be the last call for check-ins for the Sarah Club Net. Please call now. All right, nothing else heard. We're going to wrap this thing up. So on behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us next Tuesday night for the Sarah Club Net at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Not sure who the net control is, but I'm sure there'll be a good one. With that, this is W8WKY and KD8EPC returning the repeater to normal amateur use at this time, and I will be clear. 73, y'all. There, Nick, I got you out in time for the other net. KD8EPC.
We would have made it anyway, man. Fine business. Thanks, Dustin. We're going to be linking up to the Colorado Astronomy Net. W2JLS has run it the last couple of weeks, and we've kind of been linking up right after the Club Net. So we're going to do that again tonight. John's not NCL, but it's been pretty interesting. A couple of people have gotten involved, so we'll just keep the nets rolling tonight. So we're linking up to that shortly. Don't forget the WatchNet down on the Millersburg repeater. That starts at 9. If you got RF and you can reach it, say hi to Charlie, KBAPXM. It's KD8SLG, I'm clear.
W8WKY.
W2JLS. W2JLS, this is KD8SLG. You're linked up, John.
KD8SLG, this is W2JLS. Thanks, Nick. Do appreciate it. Sounds like you had 2 or 3 of our fools at least chiming in to me directly, enjoying the experience last week. So for them, if nobody else, that maybe it'll be fun for them to be able to listen in. Especially there were some younger folks that represented. I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, thanks, buddy. I do appreciate it. And I'm sorry for blowing up your phone there during your over.
I think you were one of 3. Thanks, John. Have fun, man. We'll catch you later on. W2JLS, KD8SLG clear.
W8WKY.
K7 VWP monitoring.
Please repeat your call sign.
Sure thing. Kilo 7, Victor Whiskey Papa.
Kilo 7, Whiskey Victor Papa. This is KF0YDR.
You almost got it right. It's Kilo 7, Victor Whiskey Papa. And my name's Mike out of South Ogden, Utah.
Is this correct? Your call sign's Kilo 7, Victor Whiskey Papa, and your name is Mike.
That is affirmative. You got that right. Give me your call sign one more time, please.
Call sign is Kilo Foxtrot 0, Yankee Delta Romeo.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Yankee Delta Romeo. Good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you, Mike.
Where are you located? Where are you located at?
We are in Estes Park, Colorado. Could you please repeat your location? And my name is Carson, Charlie Alpha Romeo Sierra Oscar November.
Hello, Carson. Yes, I am currently in South Ogden, Utah, and I'm talking to you digitally.
I think the digital radio's working because you're coming in loud and clear.
You're sounding pretty good too there, Carson.
That's nice to hear.
What's the weather like there in Colorado?
It's cloudy and it was raining earlier, but it stopped raining, so it's just cloudy and it looks like it might rain again soon.
Boy, here in Utah, it rained this morning, and about 10 o'clock, it started. It's very blustery, so lots of wind. And when I say wind, there's a lot of wind, and it's supposed to let up here in a few hours, but right now, it's very windy.
It's not that windy here. There's a little wind, but not like a lot.
Yeah, I think we probably got the most of the wind here, so hopefully it dies out here and then goes away somewhere else. But it's quite blustery, and it's not too bad, but I guess we could use the wind to bring in some more rain or some more sunshine. Either way, I'm good.
Yeah, I think we all need the rain because it's been dry.
Yeah, it's been really dry here too. We're considered in the middle of a extreme drought, so any type of rain that can come by, I'm good with it.
Yeah, it's been hot and dry.
Do you guys get the humidity there like they do down in Texas, New Mexico and that, or is it kind of like Utah where not really a lot of humidity, just hot?
Right. Could you please repeat that?
I said, is it very humid in Colorado, or is it kind of like Utah where it's just hot?
Just hot.
Okay, so it kind of sounds like you have the same weather we do. Of course, you're just over the mountains from us, so I can kind of see that.
Yeah, I kind of wish that there was a little humidity, because it's too dry. Not a lot of humidity, but just a little.
I was down in Fort Worth, Texas last week, and it was very humid. I mean, almost to the point of you didn't want to go outside. It was so, you could actually feel the humidity when you walked out.
Air conditioner.
Break, this is KI0AR.
Go ahead,
Break. Can you please repeat that?
Break, this is KI0AR. Net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I need to get that net started. We start at 7 p.m. Tuesday nights. You guys are more than welcome to stick around for the net tonight. But I just want to let you know that that starts at 7 p.m. Local time here in Denver. And so I'll let you guys finish up. And if you would like, you're more than welcome to stick around, especially if you have an interest in astronomy and amateur radio. This is KI0AR.
Okay, understand. K7 VWP clear. Good to talk to you. Thanks for the contact.
Thank you. 73. This is KS0YDR.
All right, thanks, fellas. Do appreciate it. If you do have an interest in astronomy, you may want to stick around. We got a whole bunch of people that check in from all over the world, so you might be pleasantly surprised. I think that KF0YDR, that's a new call on the ham band. So welcome to the radio. But I'm going to go ahead and let the repeater reset, and then I will get started. So please stick around, especially if you'd like to learn something for sure. This is KI0AR. For those of you waiting for the Colorado Astronomy Net, please stand by. I'm going to get that started in just a sec. This is KI0AR. Well, this is KI0AR. Does anyone need to use the repeater systems before I begin this evening's Colorado Astronomy Net? Please go ahead now. Calling the Colorado Astronomy Net, calling the Colorado Astronomy Net. This is KI0AR. My name is Boris, and I'll be your net control for this evening's Colorado Astronomy Net. Just a reminder, the 3-minute timeout function is still in effect, so during long transmissions, please allow the repeater systems to reset themselves. Also, please use the word break for emergency or priority traffic. If there is any emergency or priority traffic, please go ahead now.
W8WKY.
Okay, nothing heard. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. This net meets every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time at 0100 Zulu on Wednesdays to discuss topics of an astronomical nature, what's up in the night skies for the week, any other special events that may be of interest to the amateur radio astronomy enthusiasts around the world. Also, this is one of the few nets where your check-in does count. I tally up the numbers and send them off to JPL at the end of each month. It counts as part of their outreach to the general public, which we are a part. So all check-ins are definitely appreciated. I take check-ins several ways. If you have NetLogger, I will get you checked in right away. Just by seeing you pop up in the AIM window, and I'll get you logged in. I am also broadcasting on YouTube this evening, so if you happen to have YouTube, I can get you checked in that way, especially if you have a call sign and are out there. YouTube does have some interesting names, but if you have a call sign, I definitely appreciate seeing the call sign over in the chat window over on the YouTube. So, and I also do post images if I happen to have them up there over there as well. So there is a little bit of a lag between the radio and the YouTube. So I'll try to see what happens there. I also take them via email if you're out there listening and can't check in any other way. My email, ki0ar@ki0ar.com. Just let me know you're out there listening tonight, and I'll get you on the list. And I obviously will take check-ins over the air as well. And I'll do that in just a minute. I am, let's see, okay. I am looking at several people that are already checking in via YouTube, so thanks for that, as well as on NetLogger, which makes my logging much easier. So, all right, there we go. Right now, I'm going to let this thing reset and then acknowledge the people I have already checked in. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. This is a directed net, so all traffic would be appreciated to go through net control here for the night. But right now, I'd like to thank, welcome John, W2JLS, thanks for checking in tonight. Ken, NV7N. Thanks for checking in tonight. Mike, KO5AOK over on YouTube. Thanks for checking in tonight. Paul, WA7GVL. Thanks for checking in tonight. And we got John over on YouTube, KJ7AGQ, thanks for checking in tonight. And Patrick, KR4MLJ, thanks for checking in tonight. Patrick, over on YouTube, that's a new call, so welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net over on the YouTube. Thanks for that. If you are new to the Colorado Astronomy Net, I definitely want to talk to you when you check in, and I will call on you to find out a little bit more about your interests and background in astronomy. So, Patrick, if you could post over there on YouTube what your interests and background in astronomy is, I'll pass that along to the rest of the crew. For sure there. Excuse me. Excuse me there. I do appreciate that. But I always like to find out whether you're just starting out or you've been doing it for decades like I have, that's for sure. Also, over on, we got KF8GGM, Matthew. Thanks for checking in tonight. Do appreciate that. Let's see, that is another new call, so welcome. Matthew over checking in via NetLogger. And we also have Jason, KF8GLT, checking in over on YouTube, so thanks for that. This is for Patrick and Jason over on YouTube. If you would kindly post what your interest, background in astronomy, whether you're just starting out or you've been doing it for decades or somewhere in between. I always like to find out what kind of experience we have. This is a learning net. So I will definitely pass that information along. And we will call on Matthew, KF8GGM. Good evening to you, Matthew. Welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. Tell us a little bit about your background interest in astronomy. Go ahead.
Good evening, Bert. My name is Matt, KF8GGM. I'm from Lorraine, Ohio. New to him, and I listened about 2 months. And I've been in astronomy since I was a kid. My dad got me into it. I used to have a telescope, and I'd always look at the stars. And my interest now is kind of, I still have the stars and all the constellations and everything, but I really gotten into solar astronomy. And somehow the sun is I'm intrigued by it, and whether it's been negative and bad. So I've been astronomy probably my entire life, so like 50-some years. But yeah, and I just called in here. We're doing that here. Don't jump the time. I've always been returning it. Thank you for last week. And I love going out with them, and we're really interested, and I think it's going to be a regular Tuesday night thing. So, back to you.
Okay, Matthew, got a little bit of that. It was you had an echo on your signal there, so it's very distracting echo. I don't know exactly what mode you're in tonight, but if you want to try just doing a radio check again to figure that out, we'll certainly be able to help you there. But yeah, we caught most of it, but hopefully you can stick around. Let's try just a quick radio check on your end, because I flipped over on the frequencies and it's coming from your side. There's an echo where every word is bouncing with an echo several times during your transmission. KF8GGM, please go ahead. This is KI0IR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net.
W8WKY.
Yeah, the echo's still there, so I don't know exactly what's going on with it. But again, welcome to the net. Hopefully you can stick around, and we're coming through. I will go down the list a little bit later on, so and I like to speak with everybody, especially if they're doing any observing or have any question and answers a little bit later on in the program for this evening. So hopefully you can stick around. No worries. Echolink have been having problems with your ISP since they upgraded their outside plant. Gotcha. All right. No worries. Thanks for posting in the AIM window there. No worries. So again, welcome there, Matthew. Michael, I think we get K7. Yeah, okay, we got Jason, KF8GLT. Michael, over on YouTube, K7VWP, thanks for checking in tonight. And Ed, W6RDZ, thanks for checking in tonight. Let's see, I'm looking over on YouTube, and I think I got everybody. If I missed you, post over there. Look at the EMF NOC. That's. Oh, yeah, I already got you. I got you. KR4 MLJ. Yep, I got you, Patrick. No worries. All right. Go ahead and open up the net for on-air check-ins. Anyone wishing to check into tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign for that.
KF0YDS. Kilo Foxtrot 0, Yankee Delta Sierra. Kilo Foxtrot 0, Yankee Delta Sierra.
Net Control, this is Kilo India 7, Papa Kilo Lima. This is KF8FSQ, Kilo Foxtrot 8, Foxtrot Sierra, Quebec. Fred in Michigan.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Yankee Delta Romeo. Kilo Foxtrot 0, Yankee Delta Romeo.
Okay, let's see, we got Elias, KF0YDS, that's a new call on the list, so welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'm going to get back with you in just a sec. Roy, KI7PKL, thanks for checking in tonight. Fred, KF8FSQ, thanks for checking in tonight. And Carson, KF0YDR, thanks for checking in tonight. Two new calls, and two new hams, I do believe. That's pretty darn close to, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. My name is Ernest. That's Bravo Uniform Romeo November Echo Sierra Sierra. The call sign Kilowatt India 0 Alpha Romeo. For all of those who are new, I have. See, I've been doing this net for over 30 years, and something new just about every single net. amateur astronomer by hobby. But I've been into astronomy for, more than 50 years for sure. The way the net runs is I'm obviously taking check-ins. Got some quick announcements in just a sec. Got some local astronomical news. Going to wrap up the local astronomical news for May. Got an interesting bulletin for this evening, and we have a rocket report presented by Ed, W6RDC, all the rocket launches that are going on around the world. After the rocket report, I will go down the list, everybody, especially if you have any questions or you found some other particular articles on astronomy that are of interest to you and you want to share, and observation reports, what you guys are looking at up in the skies, especially those of all over the world. So definitely like to hear what you guys are seeing up in the skies for sure. We'll go to Elias. KF0YDS. Welcome to the net, Elias. Tell us a little bit about your background interest in astronomy. Whether you're just starting out, you've been doing it for a little while, what have you. Go ahead, please.
Well, I don't really have any background in astronomy, but I'm interested in it, and I did a presentation on a star called Tabby's Star at our local observatory once, but that's pretty much all my background in astronomy.
This is Elias. Always neat to give those presentations for sure. Again, welcome to the net. And like I said, this is a learning net, so even I learn something new every time. Next, Carson, KF0YDR. Good evening to you, Carson. Again, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. Tell us a little bit about your interest, background in astronomy. Go ahead.
I'm Elias's twin brother, so I also don't have much background knowledge, but I also helped, I was also doing the presentation with him, so that's basically all the background knowledge that I have about astronomy.
All right, Elias and Carson, welcome. I'm assuming that you two are students, so you may want to listen for one of my announcements as well. And since you guys are up in Estes Park, a lot darker skies than here down in Littleton, we'll be looking to you for observation reports in the future for sure. And let's see, Patrick, just got his call sign, Cook, so yeah, you checked in over there on YouTube, but you finally got your call sign, so congrats on that. That's KR4MLJ, and starting out, I used to bust the telescope out and look at the moon and planets in the dark. The Everglades in Florida. Oh, cool. Stay away from them alligators for sure. Excited to learn more about that. No, you betcha. This is the place. So to appreciate that. All right, announcements. I publish a monthly astronomy newsletter via email and the World Wide Web. If you wish to subscribe to the email version of my newsletter, please send me an email to ki0ar@ki0ar.com and request to be put on the list. Or you may visit the website at www.ki0ar.com/astro.html. And at the top of the web page is also a spot where you may submit your email email address and get subscribed to the email version of the newsletter as well. If you don't want to remember all that, just Google my call sign, KI0AR. You'll find a whole bunch of links, including links to a webpage and the newsletter. I also volunteer with a youth group called the International Association for Astronomical Studies, a youth group that meets out in Strasburg, Colorado on Friday evenings from 6 until 8 p.m. Always looking for new members, freshmen through senior high school age students interested in astronomy, amateur radio, high-power rocketry, remote control aircraft flying, full-scale aircraft construction, archaeoastronomy, radio astronomy, and balloon launch communications. More than welcome to visit our website at iaas.org for more information. We're also on Facebook under the same name, the International Association for Astronomical Studies. The IAAS also has a club call sign, which is Kilo Zero Alpha Alpha Sierra. So if you happen to hear us on the air, be sure to hop on there and say hey. Also, for those of you who might be interested in flight simulations, you might want to check out Jack KE0VH's YouTube channel on Mondays and Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. It's called Captain Jack Flight Sim, CAPNJACKFLTSIM. Great bunch of guys that hop on there, and he flies his various aircraft from point A to point B in the virtual world, and it almost looks pretty real. And the rendering of the sky and the ground and things like that. So it is very, very realistic. That's Captain Jack Flight Sim on Mondays and Wednesdays, and from 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time until whenever he decides to land. So it's usually a 2.5 hour flight. Great conversation, and he plays some music on there, lots of fun. And that is it for the announcements. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net.
KE2GSM, a real rocket scientist here.
Let's see, KG2, KG2, was that Golf Sierra Mike?
Incorrect, sir. KE, Kilo Echo 2, George Sam Michael.
Okay, Kilo Echo 2, Golf Sierra Mike, gotcha. Gordon, to the Colorado Astronomy Net. Yeah, I know about scientists too. Used to work for Lockheed Martin on the Titan 4 program as well. So, fellow rocket scientists, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. That's a new call on the list. So, tell us a little bit about your background, interest in astronomy. Go ahead.
Well, the only interest in astronomy that I really have is helping design rockets to shoot at. I worked on Artemis 2, which is the latest 4-astronaut journey to the moon. I helped design and build that thing before I retired and returned back to Western New York. And that was interesting situation with working with NASA. I enjoyed it. I really don't have a telescope or anything like that, but like I said, I just helped build rockets. I did help build rockets to shoot at the moon, and I'm already on Mars. I helped work on the various Mars landers, and that was fun. I enjoyed that. Back to net control, KE2 GSM. By the way, working on the Titan program, that's very interesting.
You bet, Gordon, yeah. Also worked on Mars Global Surveyor as well, and then Digital Globe, Boeing, gosh, you name them. I probably work for them one way or another. But hopefully you stick around. We do have a rocket report from Ed, so you may be interested in all the other rockets that are getting launched into the skies as well. So, again, welcome. All right, this is KI0A, our net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. For right now, please hold your check-ins until after the local astronomical news. I'll look for another round of check-ins then. Or if you have a NetLogger or on YouTube, you can pop into either one of those channels there, and I'll see you pop up and let me know you're checking in. Right, this is KI0A, our net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Gotta wrap up May. Too much going on here on the home front to have started the June newsletter, but I'll get around to it eventually. And most of you know why. All right. Start off with the phases of the moon. We had a full moon back on the 1st. Last quarter moon was on the 9th. And new moon was on the 16th. Our first quarter moon, we just passed that on the 23rd. And we got another full moon coming up on the 31st. So this is the month of the blue moon. It's one of those months that has 2 full moons in the space of 1 month. There are several definitions out there of a blue moon. Another definition is the 4th full moon in a 3-month period. This one for this month, the 2nd full moon in 1 month. The moon was at apogee, its farthest point away from the Earth this month. It was 252,177 miles from Earth. The moon was at perigee, its closest approach to the Earth this month. Back on the 17th, it was 222,498 miles from Earth. Highlights for May and Jupiter are the top evening features for your observing run. After sunset in May, Jupiter also hosts a handful of exciting double transits and double shadow transits involving Europa and Ganymede. Saturn and Mars make a brief reappearance in the pre-dawn sky, joined by a crescent moon. That's from excerpts from Astronomy Magazine, May 2026, page 28. Now on with the planets. Mercury was at superior conjunction back on the 14th. That means that Mercury was behind the Sun relative to where we are. After conjunction, Mercury has returned to the evening sky, setting about 9:59 p.m. by month's end. So it is visible about about 30 minutes after sunset during the last week of the month. So now's the time to see if you can go out there and spot that elusive little dot in the western sky. Mercury has moved from the constellation of Pisces into Gemini, shining at magnitude minus 0.6 on the 31st. So, tutorial on magnitudes. The magnitude scale is an inverse logarithmic scale, meaning as the magnitudes increase in value, the apparent brightness of an object decreases by a factor of about 2.5. The dimmest object that the human eye can see under optimal conditions is about 6th magnitude. So, a magnitude 5 object is 2.5 times brighter than a magnitude 6 object, while a magnitude 7 object is 2.5 times dimmer. But any of these magnitudes, especially the bright ones, you should be able to see with the naked eye under good conditions. But definitely get out there with your telescope or binoculars and check out the details of these objects, especially the bright ones that are very, very easy to spot. We got Venus setting about 11:02 p.m. by month's end. Look for Venus to the west about 30 minutes after sunset. Venus moves from the constellation of Taurus into Gemini, shining at magnitude minus 3.9. So Venus is very, very prominent once the sun sets, and you can follow that down for the rest of the evening. While Mercury is going to be very, very close to the horizon and will be tricky to spot. It's one of the trickier ones to spot. But it is possible either with binoculars. You may want to try to find it with binoculars first and then a telescope. Both of these planets will not show a full disk because both of these planets are in phase, just like the moon is right now. It's in phase. It won't be. You won't ever see a full Mercury or a full Venus because you always look at them from the sides. It all depends on where they are relative to the sun as to how much you're going to see, but you will see both of those planets in a particular phase. All the rest of the planets you will see in full phase. We got Mars rising about 4 a.m. by month's end. Look for Mars low to the east in the morning, about 30 minutes before sunrise. Mars moves from the constellation of Pisces into Aries, shining at magnitude 1.2. Then we got Jupiter setting about 11:22 p.m. by month's end. So Jupiter is setting just about 20 minutes after Venus. So look for both of those objects in the evening sky. By the time the sun sets, Jupiter is high in the southwestern sky and dominates the rest of the evening, along with Venus, of course. Jupiter is in the constellation of Gemini, shining at magnitude minus 1.9. So there you go. Jupiter is 2 magnitudes dimmer than Venus, so you can take a look and see what 2 magnitudes difference is when you take a look at those 2 objects. We got Saturn is rising about 2:57 a.m. by month's end. Look for Saturn towards the east in the morning sky before sunrise. Saturn moves from the constellation of Cetus into Pisces, shining at magnitude 0.9. And then we got Jupiter was in conjunction with the Sun on the 22nd. After conjunction, Uranus has returned to the morning sky, rising about 5:05 a.m. by month's end. Look for Uranus to the actually right now, Uranus is way too close to the sun, lost in the early twilight glow of the sun in the morning, so it will be difficult, if not impossible, to spot just because of the glare from the sun. Uranus is in the constellation of Taurus at magnitude 5.8. This is KI0AR net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net continuing. We got Neptune. Now here's where you break out your telescopes, for sure. We got Neptune rising about 2:30 a.m. by month's end. Look for Neptune towards the east in the morning sky before sunrise. Neptune is in the constellation of Pisces, shining at magnitude 7.8. For our dwarf planets, we have Ceres. Ceres was in conjunction with the Sun on the 14th. After conjunction, Ceres has returned to the morning sky as well, rising about 5:17 a.m. by month's end. And just like Uranus, Ceres is definitely lost in the early twilight glow of the sun, so it will not be visible for the rest of the month. Ceres has moved from the constellation of Aries into Taurus, shining at magnitude 8.7. And Pluto will be rising about 12:15 a.m. by month's end. Pluto can be spotted to the south before sunrise. Pluto is in the constellation of Capricornus, shining at magnitude 15.2. So you'll definitely have to wait a while before. So anytime after 2 a.m. when Pluto is at least high enough above the horizon to spot. However, shining at magnitude 15.2, you will definitely need larger scopes to spot that. Lots of patience and very, very dark skies, which we won't have for a little while. As always, good luck at spotting Neptune, Ceres, and Pluto. A large telescope and dark skies will be needed. We got meteor showers. We had the Eta Aquarids meteor shower. This shower was visible during the period of April 21st through May 12th. However, and peaked back on May out there that you might see you may see some meteors that may not necessarily be associated with any particular meteor shower under dark sky conditions. So right now you'll have to wait till the moon sets, and it's going to set later and later for the rest of the month, so it's going to be a little trickier. But the best time to look for meteors is after midnight, in the early morning hours before dawn. That's when the Earth's windshield is hitting all of those little meteors and dust specks. We do have a comet. We have Comet 10P Tuttle, or Temple 2. 10P Temple, or Temple 2, is brightening past 9th magnitude, passing through the constellations of Aquila the Eagle, just above Sagittarius. Sagittarius is very low on the southern horizon and works like a teapot. That's the best way to describe Sagittarius in the southern sky. So it's going to be just above that. So you'll, again, need some dark skies to see if you can spot that little fuzzball. And that is it for the local astronomical news. This is KI0AR net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Okay, I'm not seeing, let's see, here we go. We got, let me make sure I got that. Okay, we got Jim over on YouTube, KD9UJK. Thanks for checking in tonight, Jim, over on YouTube. So appreciate that. Yep, got you on there. Oh, let's see. Don't see anybody else on NetLogger or YouTube. Just a sec. Let's see. All right, and nobody checking in via email, so we'll make one more call for check-ins. Anyone wishing to check into tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice.
W8WKY.
7 Golf Victor Lima. Whiskey Alpha 7 Golf Victor Lima. I'm also on NetLogger, but I didn't hear my call, so I may have missed it.
You bet, Paul. Yeah, you are number 4. You're number 4 on the list, so I definitely got you on there. I do apologize. Get over it, but W87 GVL, thanks for checking in tonight. We got you. All right, anyone else wishing to check into tonight's net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice.
Kilo Charlie 0 Echo Foxtrot Sierra. Kilo Charlie 0 Echo Foxtrot Sierra.
And good evening to you, Bruce, KC0EFS. Thanks for checking in tonight. Okay, looks like I doubled over somebody. Hopefully I got them. Anyone else wishing to check in to tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice.
Kilo Foxtrot 0 Uniform Lima Zulu. Kilo Foxtrot 0 Uniform Lima Zulu.
Kilo Juliet 5 Mike Charlie Victor. Kilo Juliet 5 Mike Charlie Victor. Ryan, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
All right. Good evening to you, Stephen. KF0ULZ, thanks for checking in tonight. And Ryan, KJ5MCB, thanks for checking in tonight. And Clayton, KJ5NZR, checking in tonight. All 3 of those are new calls, so welcome, gents. I do appreciate you checking in tonight. Is Burnus, that's Bravo Uniform Romeo, November Echo Sierra Sierra, and the call sign Kilowatt India 0 Alpha Romeo. So welcome to the net. I do like to touch base with my new check-ins and find out a little bit more about your background interest in astronomy, whether you're starting out or just, or you've been doing it for decades or somewhere in between. Let's see, Stephen in Salida, KS0ULZ, welcome to the net. Tell us a little bit about your background interest in astronomy. Go ahead. Okay, I don't know what happened. KF0ULZ. Welcome to the net. Tell us a little bit about your background interest in astronomy. Go ahead. Okay, Ryan, same question. KJ5, MCV. Why does that call look familiar and it's not coming up? Ryan, tell us a little bit about your background interest in astronomy. Go ahead, please.
Well, Vernus, I listened in last week to this net on the Doylestown, Ohio repeater via Allstar, and I thought, what a cool net. And just a stroke of luck, I logged into that same repeater here from Oklahoma, and there you were chatting about it. Again, I got a bunch of cool information about last week about visibility. I forgot what you called it. You know, how well you can see something from where, and kind of the range of how that works. That was really interesting. I'd say I'm a .00459 on astronomy interest, but you guys run such a good net here, and it seems like a lot of fun. I'll be tuning in again with you guys, and hopefully can line something up. You know, I bought the wife a telescope a few years ago for her birthday, and I think I've played with it more than she has, but we get out and we have a kick, you know, and it's a lot of fun. But man, I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad to hear you're out there doing your thing, and this is a really interesting situation, so count me in for interested, but not much background. Back to you, Vernus. This is KJ5MCV.
All right, Ryan, appreciate that. Yeah, I've been doing this net here in Colorado for 30 years. So practice. Lots of practice every week. Just about. Well, I've had some substitutes in the past, but been doing it every Tuesday night. Rain or shine, Christmas, holiday, Christmas and New Year's. Only two holidays that actually, and 4th of July for that matter, the only few holidays that can fall on Tuesdays. Been doing that. Usually those are fairly abbreviated, but been doing it ever since. I think, 1,582 nets as of tonight. And I've been on SkyHubLink. Check out skyhublink.com for the direct connection through Echolink and Allstar and all other kinds of nodes as well. So skyhublink.com is our direct connect into the net if you're not coming through the local repeaters. So Ryan, I appreciate those comments and welcome to the net. This is KI0A, our net control for Colorado Astronomy Net. Next is Clayton down in Texas, KJ5NZR, and over on NetLogger there. So welcome, Clayton. Tell us about your background interest in astronomy. Go ahead. Okay, I need to press on. I do have an article, and we have the rocket report to get through. Also, Jack, KE0VH, thanks for checking in tonight. And Rick, VA3RKL, thanks for checking in tonight. Got you guys on there. I'll take check-ins. Well, let's get through the article and the rocker report. Then I'll take some more check-ins for tonight. I'll start off as usual with ISS passes. For those who are interested in watching the ISS pass over your location, you may want to check out the website, www.heavens-above.com. That's www.heavens-above.com. The one reason I like this particular website is, let me pull this up over on YouTube for now and see how that does. There we go. Let's see. It gives you the passes for a particular, visible passes for the ISS. You can also check on all passes. It gives you a whole bunch of information on lots of other stuff other than that. But the one thing I like about this particular site is that I can click on a particular date of interest, like this past tonight at 8:51 p.m. over the Denver area. If I click on that, it pulls up a nice star chart. And let's see how I can, looks like I'm in the way over on YouTube. I got to figure that out. Let me see if I can pull that to the front. I was messing around with this earlier, and I seem to have messed things up. But you can take a look at that, and you can see that the star chart shows exactly where the ISS is going to pass over. In fact, it's passing nearly directly overhead of my location here in Littleton. And you can see what constellations it's passing through as well. The nice thing about this star chart is you can print that out, and you can take it outside, and if you happen to get butterfingers and drop it on the ground, it's not going to get lost, nor is it going to get broken like iPhones and iPads and things like that. Your cell phone, if you drop this on concrete, it's not going to hurt it at all. You can write on it, you can take it up, hold it up upside down, and see where the ISS is passing over. You get a nice big, I know there's some youth out there tonight, but some of us oldsters need the big stuff so we can see what we're looking at rather than those little tiny screens. That's what I like about this particular website, and you get a good idea of where the ISS is passing over. So, again, that website is heavens-above.com, so check that out. I do recommend you sign up for it and enter in your home coordinates up there in the upper right corner there. And that's it for that bulletin. This is KI0IR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. An interesting bulletin from Science Daily, dated the 15th of May. NASA's Roman Space Telescope could reveal millions of invisible neutron stars. Astronomers have long believed the Milky Way is filled with neutron stars, the ultra-dense remnants left behind from massive stars exploding. The problem is that most of these objects are nearly impossible to see. A new study published in Astronomy and Astrophysics suggests NASA's upcoming Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope may finally be able to uncover some of them. Using advanced simulations of the Milky Way and predictions of Roman's future observations, researchers found the Space Telescope could detect and study dozens of isolated neutron stars through a phenomenon known as gravitational microlensing. Most neutron stars are relatively dim and on their own, says Sophia Zachmarek of the Heidelberg University in Germany, who led the study. They are incredibly hard to spot without some sort of help. How Roman could detect invisible neutron stars. Neutron stars contain more mass than the sun packed into an object, roughly the size of a city. Scientists study them to better understand how stars evolve, explode, and distribute heavy elements throughout the cosmos. They also offer a rare opportunity to investigate matter under the most extreme conditions, pressures, and densities imaginable. Most neutron stars remain hidden unless they appear as pulsars that emit radio waves or shine brightly in X-rays. Even the most powerful telescopes can miss isolated neutron stars that produce little or no detectable light. The Roman Space Telescope could find them indirectly when a massive object such as a neutron star passes in front of a more distant star. Its gravity bends and magnifies the background star's light. This effect, called microlensing, temporarily makes the distant star appear brighter and slightly shifted in the sky. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Continuing, many telescopes can detect the brief brightening caused by microlensing, but Roman is expected to do much more. The observatory will precisely measure both the increase in brightness, or photometry, and the tiny positional movement, or astrometry, of the background star. Because neutron stars are relatively heavy, they create a stronger astrometric signal than smaller objects. That means Roman may not only detect hidden neutron stars, but also measure their masses, something extremely difficult to achieve using photometry alone. What's really cool about using microlensing is that you can get direct mass measurements, said paper co-author Peter McGill of Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory. Photometry tells us that something passed in front of the star, but it's the amount the star's position shifts that tells us how massive that object is. By measuring that tiny deflection on the sky, we can directly weigh something that is otherwise unseen. Solving neutron star mysteries. Roman's observations could help scientists answer major questions about neutron stars and black holes, including whether there is a true gap between their masses. The mission may also reveal how quickly neutron stars travel through the galaxy. Researchers are especially interested in the powerful kicks neutron stars receive during supernova explosions. These violent events can launch them through space at hundreds of miles per second. The team plans to use Roman's future galactic bulge time domain survey, which will repeatedly observe millions of stars in enormous sections of the sky. We're going to get to work as soon as the data start coming in, said McGill. Even in the first months after commissioning, we expect to start identifying promising events. Even a modest number of confirmed discoveries could significantly improve models of stellar explosions and the behavior of matter under extreme conditions. We don't know the mass distribution of neutron stars, black holes, or where one ends and the other begins with any certainty, McGill said. Roman will really be a breakthrough in that. A hidden population waiting to be found. So far, astronomers have identified only a few thousand neutron stars, most of them detected as pulsars. However, scientists estimate the Milky Way could contain anywhere from tens of millions to hundreds of millions of neutron stars. Researchers have also only been able to measure neutron star masses in binary systems where two objects orbit each other. We're seeing a small sample that's not representative of the big picture, Kaczmarek said. Even a single mass measurement would be very powerful. If we found just one isolated neutron star, it would already be incredibly stimulating to our research. The study also highlights an unexpected scientific advantage of the Roman mission. Although the telescope's survey was originally designed mainly to discover exoplanets through photometric microlensing, its advanced astrometric precision may open the door to entirely new kinds of discoveries. This wasn't part of the original plan, said McGill, but it turns out Roman's astrometric capability is really good at detecting neutron stars and black holes, so we can add a whole new kind of science to Roman's surveys. If the predictions are correct, Roman could deliver the first large collection of isolated neutron stars detected purely through their gravitational effects. The mission is expected to dramatically expand the study of microlensing and uncover hidden populations of objects throughout the Milky Way, including rogue planets and stellar remnants such as neutron stars. And that is it for the pulses for this evening. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. Call on Ed, W6RDZ, for tonight's rocket report. W6RDZ, this is KI0AR calling.
Good evening, Furnace. This is W6RDZ, your rocket man. Ready to give the report. How's my audio sound?
You're good, Ed. Copy. Go ahead. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net.
All right, thank you, Bernice. Good evening to you and the net. This is W6RDZ, your rocket man, with tonight's rocket report, looking back to May 19th and forward to June 2nd. The big news of the week is unquestionably the spectacular test flight of Flight 12 of the Starship. We're going to talk more about that later. Right now, let's look at the other launches for last week before we get to Starship. We had 8 witnessed orbital launches last week. The first one was right after the net last Tuesday at 20:46 Mountain Daylight Time. SpaceX steadfastly launched Starlink Group 17-42 on a Falcon 9. From Slick 4E out of Vandenberg Space Force Base, California. That was the planet's 115th orbital launch attempt of 2026. Second launch was on Thursday, May 21st, that at 4:04 Mountain Daylight Time. SpaceX successfully launched Starlink Group 10-31 from Slick 40, Cape Canaveral, Florida there. 29 Starlink satellites joined the mega constellation in low Earth orbit on Booster 1077's 27th flight. Friday, May 22nd, at 03:33 Mountain Daylight Time, Rocket Lab flawlessly launched the Viva La Strix mission on an Electron Curie rocket from the Mahia Peninsula. Set our repeater. W6RDZ, back with Colorado Astronomy Net's rocket report. We were talking about a launch out of New Zealand. That was Rocket Lab on a Curie rocket, Electron Curie. It was the ninth Stryx satellite launched for Japan's Synspective. They're a manufacturer and operator of the Stryx synthetic aperture radar satellites there. So, Earth observation in the microwave region. All right, we're going to skip number 4 because that's our Starship. We'll come back to that. Fifth launch of the week. That was Sunday, May 24th. China Aerospace, CASIC, successfully launched the Shenzhou 23 mission on a Long March 2FG rocket from the Jiquan Launch Site Center in China. The Shenzhou 23 launched a new crew to the Tagon space station. It was a 17th crew Chinese flight and carried 3 Chinese astronauts to the Chinese space station. One of the old Shenzhou 22 crew is going to stay on in the space station for another 6 months. All right, 6th launch, Monday, yesterday. 24th, SpaceX launched Starlink Group 1047 on a Falcon 9 from Slick 40, Cape Canaveral. That was booster 1073's 28th flight. All right, this morning, Tuesday, May 26th, SpaceX launched Starlink Group 17. And let's reset the repeaters there. This is W6RDZ, back with Colorado Astronomy Net's rocket report. We were talking about the last SpaceX launch, headed out this morning. Another 24 Starlink high-speed internet satellite joined the mega constellation in low Earth orbit. It was SpaceX's 200th consecutive successful landing, and the 247th successful landing, the 660th successful SpaceX mission, and the 120th orbital launch attempt of 2026. Also this morning, Tuesday, May 26th, China Aerospace and Science Corporation, CASIC, launched the TJSW-24 mission on a Long March 7A rocket from LC-201 at the Wenchang Space Launch Site in China. The TJSW is a Chinese classified satellite claimed to be for communication technology test purposes. All right, that's bringing us up here to the big one. Let's talk about Starship. Before I launch into that launch, I'm going to reset the repeaters. W6RDZ, back in a minute. This is W6RDZ for the Colorado Astronomy Net, back with our Starship launch on the rocket report. Friday, May 26th, the big one. SpaceX successfully launched Starship Flight 12 from Pad 2 at Starbase, Texas. Wow. Excitement is guaranteed, they say, and it was an exciting test flight. It was the first launch of a version 3 rocket, the first version 3 Raptors, and the first from the new Pad 2. And it was far more successful than the first version 1 launch or the version 2 test flight. However, Flight 12 did run into its share of difficulties. After a 24-hour delay from the Thursday scrub, which was caused by a faulty hydraulic launch tower pin, the giant rocket cleared the tower at 17:30 Mountain Daylight Time with no significant holds. All 33 Raptor 3 engines lit and pushed the behemoth skyward. One of the boosters, 33 engines, shut down prematurely about 2 minutes into the flight. At that time, booster 19 was about 2/3 of the way into the first stage burn. It was not a big deal from a thrust loss standpoint, as other engines easily compensated, but it might have damaged other engines. Nonetheless, the other engines drove it right up to staging, to the engine cutoffs. Hot staging occurred, but looked somewhat anomalous. What reset the repeater there, talking about hot staging. Back in a minute. This is W6RDZ for the Colorado Astronomy Net, back with the rocket report. All right, hot staging occurred but looked anomalous. One engine on the upper stage of Ship 39 did not light and may have failed energetically. This may be what perturbed Booster 19's flip, causing propellant sloshing and doomed Booster 19's boost back burn. 33 engines tried to relight sporadically at first there and failed. Booster 29 failed in a boost back or landing burn and broke up on impact far out in the Gulf. Hearty salute to Booster 29's Raptor engine E8, the only engine which relit and hung on to the bitter end. Meanwhile, back in outer space, Ship 39 continued on its flight path on 5 engines, which compensated by burning longer. The ship successfully deployed 20 mock Starlink satellites and 2 Dodger Dog camera-equipped Starlinks, which returned spectacular views of the Starship in space. The relight of a Raptor in space was skipped due to concerns of engine damage caused by the failure of the one unlit engine. The re-entry and landing were a spectacular success. We got great views. Pals looked to perform beautifully. Let's reset our repeater. All right, this is W6RDZ back with the Colorado Astronomy Net rocket report. Ship 19 performed a flip, lit 2 sea-level Raptors as planned, slowed to a stop and did a 360-degree pirouette, and then landed in the water gently. It fell over and exploded as expected. The new launch pad, Stage 0, suffered no damage from the launch. Overall, I'd say a great success and another solid step forward. That said, I don't foresee SpaceX catching a Starship anytime soon here. They have other priorities for a bit. And we've got some links in the report that you can look up to dive deeper in analysis of the launch. That brings us up to upcoming launches next week. Briefly, I think we got 6 of them. Nothing starting till Friday. First launch on Friday, May 19th. No, on May 29th. I don't know. Yeah, 29th. I've got some date problems here. SpaceX should launch Starlink Group 1053 out of Slick 40, Cape Canaveral. Also Friday, May 29th. We get an Atlas V launch. That's pretty cool. ULA plans to launch the Amazon Leo LA-07 mission from Slick 41 in Cape Canaveral. Saturday, May 30th. Look for SpaceX to launch Starlink Group 17-41 from Slick 4E out of Vandenberg. Also Saturday, May 30th, China Aerospace and Science March 2D. Let's reset our repeaters here. Yes, W6RDZ back here with Colorado Astronomy Net's Rocket Report. We were talking about Saturday, CASIX is going to launch a Long March 2D from the Xichang Satellite Launch Center in China, undisclosed payload. Fifth launch, Sunday, March 31st, South Korea hopes to launch a demo flight of their new ADD solid fuel small launch vehicle from Jeju Island, South Korea. And finally, we might get a Blue Origin New Glenn return to flight. Blue Origin has docketed to launch Amazon Leo, also known as Project Kuiper, the LN-01, on a New Glenn rocket from LC-36, Cape Canaveral, Florida. This is a very young, reusable booster, which made 2 previous awesome landings succeed. If it launches, it should be the 127th orbital launch of 2027. That brings us to just 3 very short news items of mention. The Shenzhou 22 spacecraft, as we mentioned earlier, Shenzhou 23 is launching next week. The Shenzhou 22, it's scheduled to depart the Chinese space station and land in the Gobi Desert on Friday, May 29th at 6 o'clock Mountain Daylight Time. It'll return 3 Chinese astronauts from the 6-month mission. Actually, that's not true. It's only going to return 2 Chinese astronauts. One is going to stay back with the Pakistani that just launched last week. We'll reset the repeater. W6RDZ back with the rocket report. Yeah, that Chinese launch will probably be live streamed, but I don't have a link to publish for it yet. Second item, the Psyche mission made a close flyby of Mars. It came within 4,690 kilometers of Mars. The Deep Space Probe used Mars gravity to slingshot its way to its target asteroid. The asteroid probe tested and calibrated its instruments on Mars. We got some good pictures. The Psyche probe is now on its way straight to the metallic asteroid Psyche in the main asteroid belt. So that mission is on track. Third item, Blue Origin, as we mentioned, they're back in the game. The FAA have approved the investigation and corrective action into their New Glenn Flight 3 anomaly. It was found that a cryogenic fuel leak caused a hydraulic valve to freeze and stick, which resulted in lower thrust and thus released the payload, did not make it into orbit. All right, that's it for tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net rocket report. This is W6RDZ, Rocketman Ed, wishing you a good night and night. Now, back to Starman Burnett, KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net.
Okay, thanks for that ad. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Lots going on. I do appreciate you doing your hard work and getting that rocket report ready. I am just now processing that, and I will publish it to the website, and probably I'll wrap that up for the net. I'll publish that link, but you may want to check that link out a little bit later. I don't have tonight's quite done yet. Right, I'll go ahead and acknowledge Mike, KE2FTG, checked in over here on YouTube. We got Amber also over on YouTube, KF0WRW, thanks for checking in tonight. And Chuck, WB4AIZ, checked in and out via NetLogger, so appreciate that. I'll go ahead and pause here to see if there are any more check-ins before we go down the list. Anyone else wishing to check in to tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice. Okay, nothing heard. We got a fairly long list and a half an hour to get through it, so hopefully everybody stuck around and you got some questions or comments or astronomical reports, what you're looking at up in the night skies and things like that. Be happy to try to answer the questions for sure. Let's see. So now's the time for everyone else to contribute to that. Questions, comments, observation reports, anything you'd like to pass along to the net, now's the time to do it. First on the list tonight is John up in Ohio, W2JLS. Good evening to you, John. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Good to hear you and Ed, the Rocket Man, giving the rocket report. Good to have you guys back in full effect here tonight. I will mention my local repeater group did connect in, so you may have some listeners piping in from there. I think some already, and that's kind of nice. I'll also give you a shout out. We had some of the nets. There were some very positive comments about the Colorado Astronomy Net, and they did particularly. There were some young people that are listening, and I know you like that, and they're kind of lighting some folks up. So I think that's great. I was going to share maybe one story tonight if you've got time. Tonight is a nice piece of history along the lines of inspiring youth. So with that, give me a moment here, and I'll reconnect. W2JLS returning. So today, I should say, in space history, was the birthday of the American Sally Ride. She was born May 26th, 1951. Sally Kristen Ride in L.A., California. For those that are old enough to recall, Sally kind of opened the door for women in space. But before she did, she was a very well-acknowledged scientist. She earned her PhD in physics from Stanford University in '78. Her doctoral research focused on high-energy astrophysics, especially how X-rays interact with interstellar medium was kind of her specialty. So even before she got on the space shuttle, she was already studying the universe as a serious scientist. So she did kind of usher in a new era. Her flight class, 1978, NASA, started having more and more women show up into the program, and the intention being that they would eventually become part of the shuttle missions, and she was the first. So kind of neat. She was trained as a mission specialist. So even when she wasn't flying, and she did, I think the first flight was STS-7, June 18th, 1983. She became the first American woman in space. At age 32, she was also the youngest American astronaut to fly in space at that time. So pretty impressive. That particular crew deployed satellites and conducted experiments, so it wasn't just a joyride. She was up there getting stuff done. She operated the robotic arm during her career and deployed and retrieved shuttle pallet satellite. She was really quite a lady. She flew her second flight in 1984 on STS-41G. And that mission also included Catherine Sullivan, who became the first American woman to perform a spacewalk. Kind of neat. So, across her two missions, Sally Ride spent more than 300 hours in space. After the Challenger disaster, Ride served on the Rogers Commission. Years later, she also helped investigate the Columbia disaster. Her service to NASA continued well beyond her own flights. Sometimes on the ground crew, she would be serve as Capcom, so one of the people communicating directly with the astronauts that were in space, for example. But after NASA, she became an educator and science kid throughout the rest of her life. I will say she did pass away rather young, July 23rd, 2012, at age 61 from pancreatic cancer, but clearly left behind her quite a legacy. Very impressive lady, scientist and astronaut. So anyway, I thought I'd share that because we had some young listeners that were inspired, and it's Sally's birthday. So anyway, back to you, Bart, for having me, W2JLS.
All right, John, appreciate that. Appreciate the history lesson as well, so thanks for that. Appreciate your comments and appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on the list is Ken out in Nevada, NV7SS. Good evening to you, Ken. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Good evening there, Burnus. This is November Victor 7 Sierra, Ken in Indian Springs, Nevada, where it's been absolutely beautiful as far as the sky goes and everything at night and everything. But, it's still a little bit chilly. I tell you, it got down to 49 degrees last night here. And, it got up to, 89 degrees during the day. So, still a little cool. I like it a little bit warmer out there. But, the moon, I'll tell you there, Burnus, a blue moon this month, and the moon's out during the day. Yeah, it's still light outside, and the moon's just about overhead now. So, I'd rather see the moon in the darkness. But anyway, I'm glad it's up there. But anyway, there, Burnus, thanks for being there, and thanks for doing this net. It's always an interesting thing to hear everything that you do for it. And thanks, Ed, for the rocket report. That was very informative, and thank you very much for that. Take care, Burnus. I'll let you get on with the net. NV7SS, back to you, Burnus.
All right, Ken, thanks for that. Yep, the desert nights do get cold. That's for sure. Actually, you'd be surprised how the summer months, how chilly it can get during the summer months, especially here in Denver, high desert, and out where you are as well. Even in the even in the south, it does get chilly at night. Or it can get chilly at night. I don't remember it getting too chilly when I was living in Virginia with all that humidity holding in the heat at night, but you have to wait a little bit longer for that to settle in. But definitely, when you do go out to view stars, take a jacket. For sure, even in the summer months, you'd be surprised how chilly it can get. So thanks for that. Thanks for that, Ken. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Let's see. Next on the list is Mike in Oklahoma over on YouTube, KO5AOK. Thanks for checking in. Any questions or comments any of you guys have over on YouTube? Be sure to post them in the chat there, and I'll pass them along to everybody else. So I do appreciate you checking in via YouTube. Got a whole bunch of YouTubers tonight. Next on the list is Paul in Utah, WA7GVL. Good evening to you, Paul. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Well, it was interesting listening to you go through the progression of the planets. I use a tracking app called Skyview, and I could literally see the planets are all lined up, and the app allows me to point my iPad or my iPhone towards where they are and see where they were. So if I had a telescope that was working, I would be able to find it fairly easily. I'd have to go to the front of the house to find Polaris to use the tracking software in the telescope. But I can't do that because of neighbors across the street have bright lights on the front of their house. But we have no street lights or anything like that anywhere near me, so it's very dark sky here. And I just have to pick and choose which direction I'm looking. Or I can go up on top of Brian Head Peak, and there's nothing up there. Great sky views. So, thank you for your explanation. They look like they're all in alignment. WA7GVL.
You bet, Paul. Yeah, they follow along the ecliptic for the most part, which is the path that the sun takes through the skies. The moon slightly off by plus or minus 5 degrees. That's one reason we don't have eclipses every time we have a full moon. If the moon was following along with the sun along the ecliptic, we'd have eclipses every month. Lunar and solar eclipses, but because the moon is slightly off kilter by, like I said, plus or minus 5 degrees or so, we don't see those phenomena all the time. So we do get to see the full moons, and we don't really see the new moons, but we do see that little thin crescent of a new moon. But yep, they follow along the line except for Pluto. Pluto does not follow that ecliptic. It is off by a considerable margin. And one of those reasons that it got demoted to a dwarf planet, because it's not following the same path that the other planets are concerned, and there's several reasons that it got demoted, but that's one of them. All right, Paul, thanks for sharing that. Yeah, I've got neighbors with bright lights in the backyard, so and my house faces north, and if I set my telescope up in the backyard, I can't see Polaris, but I got little cheat marks on the ground so I can set up my scope fairly easily. If I I do take it out there, but such bright skies here in Denver that it floods out all but the brightest of objects in the sky here in the backyard, unfortunately. All right, Paul, appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on is John in Washington. KJ7AGQ checked in via YouTube, so thanks for that, John. Next on the list is Patrick, also checked in via YouTube, was having problems with his radio. Hopefully he'll be able to check in. KR4MLJ, thanks for checking in tonight as well. So we'll go down to Matthew in Ohio, KF8GGM. Good evening to you, Matthew. Welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net, and that goes for Patrick there over on YouTube as well. But we'll go to Matthew in Ohio, KF8GGM. Welcome to the net. What have you got for us tonight? Go ahead.
W8.
Thanks so much for checking in. I'm going to be listening to everything tonight. And I corrected my Echolink problem, so hopefully you're able to hear me. You able to copy me so far?
Matthew, I heard the comment that we are able to hear you, but there is still that choppy echo on your signal tonight. If you're I think you said you were on Echolink. It's still there. You may, I don't know what node you're going through. Where is it? Echolink's been having problems with your ISP, so the direct link to Skyhub is the direct node is 985.839. 985.839 is the direct Echolink node into the Skyhub link system. So I don't know if that makes any difference or not, but yeah, we hear you. The signal is still a chopped echo there, Matthew. And again, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. I do appreciate you checking in tonight, and do appreciate what comments that we can get. Stick around, and maybe we can figure something. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Next up is Jason in Ohio, KF8GLT. Good evening to you, Jason. Again, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. What have you got for us tonight? Go ahead. Okay, it posted over on YouTube. Are there any planets visible by the naked eye tonight or in the next few days? Just curious if I could see one tonight after work. You betcha. You betcha, Patrick. Look towards the west. We got Venus. Venus is up, setting about 11 p.m. Local time. Followed closely by Jupiter. About 20 minutes behind that at 11:22. You'll see Jupiter in the west. Mars and Saturn are in the morning. Let's see. That is it. You should be able to see those two planets very easily in the evening sky. If you've got clear skies, they're going to be the brightest objects. Don't confuse them for airplanes. Definitely point your binoculars up there and take a look at those two objects for sure. You should be, even with binoculars, you should see some banding with Jupiter and the 4 Galilean moons, Ganymede, Callisto, Europa, and Io. With Jupiter, you may be able to pull out its phase. It won't be with Venus, it won't be a full Venus, but Jupiter will be full for sure. See if you can see some banding. If you point a telescope, you'll definitely see that. Yes, Patrick, where are you? In Tennessee. Nice. So yeah, they're setting about right now. Yeah, you're quarter to 11. Venus is going to be sitting right on the horizon. So you're going to need a flat horizon towards the west, and then Jupiter about 20 minutes behind. So maybe not tonight, especially if there's some low clouds. But definitely for the rest of the month, for sure, those will be your evening objects to take a look at. So, Patrick, I hope that answers your question. Appreciate you posting over there. Let's see. Where were we? Jason, didn't hear anything from Jason. Mike over in Ogden, Utah. K7 VWP over on YouTube. So thanks for checking into that. Any questions you can post over there. The list is Ed, W6RDZ. Good evening to you, Ed. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
W6RDZ, back with you there, Burness. Not anything observationally, just again, my gratitude for you having this fine net again and allowing me to participate. And great gratitude for those expressing appreciation with the rocket report. It just really delights me when I find that people enjoy that. So thank you very much. Very kind of those who say thank you for that. That's all. W6RDZ, back to you.
All right, Red. I can't talk tonight. All right, Ed. Yeah, I have a question for you. Send me, or actually a request. Send me a text. Let me know what your T-shirt size is. I got something for you that you may be interested in, and that goes for you too, John. W2JLS. Let me know what your T-shirt size is, in a text or an email or something like that. All right, Ed, appreciate you doing the Rocket Report. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on is Elias up in Estes Park. Good evening to Elias, KF0YDS. Welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net, and welcome to the Ham Band. What have you got for us tonight? Go ahead.
I don't really have much, but this has been really fun, and I'm gonna listen to the net and check in next week, but that's about all I got. But thank you for doing this net. It's been very interesting.
All right, Elias, welcome. Let's see. May I ask what grade you and Carson are in this year? Go ahead.
We just finished 6th grade, but it's now summer break.
Was that 6th grade, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Go ahead.
Sixth grade, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ah, very cool, very cool. And, well, we have a bunch, like I said before, we have a bunch of students in the IAAS. We actually do have some 7th graders. We'll take them as well. And what I might suggest you do is Friday evening, maybe around 4:30ish, it depends. Listen out for the call sign K0AAS. K0AAS. That's our club call. And let's see. You might hear Jim. He's our founder. He might be on there. Unfortunately, I will not be going out to Strasbourg Friday evening, but you may want to try to talk to some of the students. They are there from 6 until 8, maybe later. Depends on what they're going to do. They sometimes meet early, so if you happen to hear or just call around 4:30 or 5 o'clock. Call K0AAS and see if you get a response. And talk to Jim and let him know that you are your students and they checked into the Colorado Astronomy Net. And I don't know if you'd be interested or not, but definitely check them out on either Facebook or their webpage, iaas.org.
All right, that sounds interesting. I'll do that on Friday at 4:30 to 5.
You bet. Yeah, the students will be there from 6 until 8. Usually that's our meeting time. Sometimes they get early. So from 4:30 on, just listen in on the Skylink system. And yeah, you might be surprised. Take a look at the website and see if there's anything that piques your interest for sure. We are an international group, but we do have students on there, so we do have some that are interested in ham radio as well. So we're setting up a satellite system, things like that. Some large towers and hosting one of the repeaters out there for that site as well. So I'll quit chatting with you, but I'd definitely like to touch base with the students for sure. So, Elias, I do appreciate you checking in tonight, and again, welcome to the net. This is KI0AR, Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Next on the list is Roy up in Oregon, KI7PKL. Good evening to you for the net tonight. Go ahead.
Well, good evening, Bruce in the net. Hey, it's been a pretty decent week out here. I've actually had the telescope out imaging a couple of nights. As always, still dealing with mysterious problems and trying to figure out what to do about them. But the journey continues. Anyway, thanks for taking my check-in. Great net tonight as always, Berners, and we'll send it back to you. KI7 PKL.
right. Roy, same question to you, or same thing. Send me your T-shirt size. I have a little treat for you because I like to use your images in the newsletter, as you well know. So I do appreciate you sharing those with us. And for everybody else, by the way, Roy is an astrophotographer. You may want to check out his call sign on QRZ and check out the images that he's done. So I swiped them from there, and Roy doesn't mind at all. So take a look at his images for sure. Roy, appreciate that. Appreciate you for your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight, and happy imaging to you. Next on the list is Fred in Michigan, KF8FSQ. Good evening to you, Fred. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Hello, Burness in the net. Could you give me a quick signal report? I changed my antenna and I'm not sure how I'm sending.
You are solid copy. No problems. I mean, in fact, maybe a little too loud. There you go. But you're solid copy. No problems. Go ahead.
All right, very good. Burness, I have a couple questions for you of the tinfoil hat variety. Recently, the UAP files were released. I wonder if you've had a chance to review any of those, and if you have any opinion as to what they tell us, or if they're just a little too redacted, as a lot of the recent documents have been. The other question I have, or recommendation, is an app called Enigma. That's Echo Nevada India George Mike Alpha. It's an interesting app where you can review local UAP sightings, well, local and international, kind of all over the world, UAP sightings, and generally they have a full explanation for them. So, just throwing that app out there. I'm not sure if it's available for Android, but it is available for iOS. So, there is your tinfoil hat report from Michigan. This is KF8FSQ. Back to you.
Fred, on the UAP files, no, I have not seen any of those. I'll tell you this. I am a firm believer that we are not alone. There's just too much space out there for us to be the only ones. Let's see. I do have a buddy that studied a lot of those things and made a lot of those reports that are now open. Yes, for a lot of the stuff, a lot of it was terrestrially explained, some not so much. But I haven't heard of Enigma either, so I do apologize for that. But and right now, my head is barely in the game for the most part. I need to get through. I need to get through Saturday, and then probably the rest of the year before I start doing some of the other stuff. But it's tough going. For the most part, too. I did lose my wife in April, and we're having a celebration of life for her this Saturday, so that's foremost on my mind, and one reason that the newsletter may not get out on time for June, but you guys make it all worthwhile. You're kind of my support group, as well as what do I want to say? yeah, definitely my support group to be able to hang with you guys. And it's definitely helps me a lot to be able to share astronomy with you guys. She always let me do that. And she's still letting me do that. So I do appreciate that. Don't know if I actually answered any of your questions, but I do appreciate you sharing that with us, Fred. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. This is KI0A, our net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. We're still going strong here, so let's keep on. I want to talk to Carson up in Estes Park, KF0YDR. Good evening to you, Carson. What have you got for the net? Go ahead.
I don't have that much, but thank you for setting up the net and running the net. It's very interesting, and I learned a lot, so thank you.
Oh, you bet. Hopefully you were listening in. Elias there, and who knows, you might become part of the team with the IAAS. Good bunch of students that are interested in a whole bunch of stuff, and you guys might just fit in, even over the air. We do try to do some outreach, and we try to get on some road trips with the students as well, so who knows. Yeah, definitely check them out for sure, either on Facebook or on their direct site, iaas.org. Love to have you guys checking in, even over the air for sure. And so do definitely appreciate your comments and you checking in again. And again, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. And next on the list is Gordon up in New York, KE2GSM. Good evening to you, Gordon. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Yeah, that's a new welcome to the net, too. So, Gordon, go ahead, please. Next on the list is Jim in Illinois, KD9UJK. Was that over? Yeah. Good evening to you, Jim. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Oh, I was wondering. Well, yeah, that's over on YouTube. So, Jim, definitely appreciate you checking in over on YouTube. Any questions or anything like that, post that over on the chat window. But definitely appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on the list is Bruce in Snyder, KC0EFS. Good evening to you, Bruce. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Stephen in Salida, F0ULZ. Good evening to you, Stephen. Again, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. What have you got for us tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Ryan in Oklahoma, KJ5MCV. Good evening to you, Ryan. What have you got for the net tonight? Again, welcome to the net. What have you got for us tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Clayton down in Texas, KJ5NZR. Good evening to you, Clayton. Again, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. What have you got for us tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Jack in Wheat Ridge, KE0VH. Good evening to you, Jack, over on YouTube. If you got anything, just post that over there. I've already plugged your flight simming. He is currently practicing for a flight for tomorrow. So again, check out Captain Jack Flight Sim on YouTube tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. All right, next on the list is Rick in Ontario, VA3RKL. Good evening to you, Rick. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
If Rick doesn't show up, I am here by radio too. Thank you for that and have a good night. We'll be monitoring KE0VH Wheat Ridge.
All right, Jack, doesn't look like Rick is showing up, but definitely appreciate you checking in tonight. Let's see, I think I did ask you what your T-shirt, what size T-shirt do you wear, Jack? Go ahead, I should just ask you directly.
Oh, you're very kind, very kind. Normally a large or an extra large probably would be better, but yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. We'll support it proudly. KE0VH.
You bet. Yeah, I forgot to wear that tonight. Got a different short sleeve shirt on. I sported the T-shirt last week. And yeah, Jack, yeah, hopefully we'll see you on Saturday. All right, Jack, appreciate your comments and appreciate you checking in tonight. Let's see. Next on the list, on YouTube, KE2FTG and KF0WRW. Mike and Amber, if you guys got anything over there, you can post that over in the chat window, but I definitely appreciate you guys checking in tonight. Next on the list, let's see, Chuck in Florida, checked in and out, WB4AIZ. So we'll go down to Steven up in Fort Collins. He checks in on YouTube and hopefully over on the air as well. Steve, good evening to you. KM6BAY. What have you got for us tonight? Go ahead. All right, we are at the bottom of the list. W2JLS, this is KI0IR calling. KI7PKL. This is KI0AR calling.
Hey there, Bruce. Well, hey, thanks for doing the net, and hey, looking forward to next Tuesday, and I'll be praying for you on Saturday, that's for sure. KI7PKL.
You bet. What's your T-shirt size? Go ahead.
That would be medium, as in a mic. KI7PKL.
All right, you and Ed might have to fight over the long sleeve or the short sleeve one. I got two more mediums since I wear a medium myself.
Hey, you can't go wrong there either way, and if you run out of medium, hey, everybody has lots of large. We can do that too. KI7PKL. Hey, and thanks, my friend.
You bet. Yeah, I had a small batch of T-shirts made up with the Colorado Astronomy net on there, and I wanted to, since I can't sell anything directly via, I can't do that, so I have to give them away, or at least if anyone is interested, I can pass along the information to the young lady that does print them. If anyone is interested in getting a Colorado Astronomy Net T-shirt, let me know, and we'll get an order into the young lady that does those. I think I can at least do that. I can't sell them, but these I want to give away. So there you go to those of you who have contributed to the net over the years, one way or another. All right, this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'll go ahead and open up the net to everybody. Questions, comments, late check-ins before I go ahead and wrap up the net for this evening. Anyone else? Questions, comments, late check-ins? Please call KI0AR now.
W2JL to recheck.
All right, John, go ahead. W2JLS.
Hey, Burness. Yeah, I was listening on YouTube, so I was trying to respond to you, reaching down and couldn't, so I thought I'd run down to the radio room to just acknowledge. Thank you for the T-shirt. If you have a 2XL, that's perfect. Otherwise, XL, and I'll look a little buff, right? And that actually... Either way works. So if you've got either of those, thank you. That's very kind. And thanks for the net. You guys did a great job tonight. You and Ed, the Rocket Man, and all the listeners. Good to hear folks tonight. Anyway, I'll let you carry on, sir.
All right, oh yeah, there. You okay? Yeah. Yeah, my YouTube screen, I gotta squint to see it. I see the 2XL. I only got one of those, and I gave that to my buddy Jim, N0COT/K0AAS for the club sign. I do have a couple of XLs there, so yeah. Yeah, I look buff when I go to the hamvention, that's for sure. And I'm a medium. Here you go. So I just wanted to get that. I do have a few. I can always put in another order, no problem, to my friend, or just figure that out. We'll figure that out. Maybe I can get an order sheet, and she can do that. We can do that directly through her. We'll see, but yeah. But I do want to give away a few of them for sure. All right, anything else? Questions, comments, late check-ins before I go ahead and wrap up the net for this evening? Please call KI0AR now.
W8WKY.
KI0IR, this is KF8GGM, trying again. Can I get a signal report?
Matthew, you've got it fixed. KF8GGM. Yeah, solid. No warbling echoes or nothing. You're solid copy. Go ahead.
Oh, man, finally. That's awesome. Well, Bernice, I had a lot to say. Forgot a lot of it. I just want to say that, I've been looking at the stars since I was a kid, so that's like a little over 50 years. Now my children are following in my footsteps, and we heard you. I think last week was our first time, and now all my kids are interested, and I am as well. And my big passion now is the sun, solar astronomy, man. I'm a bit. I love looking at the sun, man, and checking out all the sunspots and the anomalies that are going on with the magnetic flux and everything. But I just want to say thanks for running the net. I'm glad I found you, and you've got a bunch of new listeners. KF8GGM, back to you.
You bet, Matthew. Appreciate that. Yeah, get out those binoculars, but don't point them at the sun, please. Learn how to project through the binoculars onto a cardboard sheet so you can see the image of the sun. But I want to recommend that you go to QRZ and look up this particular call sign. Write this down. K6SKI. Look up his web page. He does quite a bit of solar photography himself, and has pictures of his setup. Check that out, and definitely he'd be more than happy to share. Let's see. Yep. Yep. Check that out. That would be Brian, K6SKI. He's in Fairplay, Colorado. And way out there, he's actually, wow, he's got some, he's got some new photos there. But take a look at his solar images that he's taken. I think you will be quite impressed.
Right on, man. Yeah, K6SKI. I will definitely check him out and get a hold of him and see what, and talk to him. Because, this is definitely something I want to do. So, that'd be pretty cool. Back to you.
Now you bet, Matthew. If you don't have a telescope yet and you got binoculars, the nice thing about binoculars is you can toss those into a backpack and go out just about anywhere with those. And if you got ones that can hook up to a tripod, even better. And just scan the skies. Scan the skies. One thing that I've found scanning the skies with binoculars, especially in the early evening, looking towards the west, you will be amazed, shocked, I'm not sure which, maybe both of those words, and you can count the number of satellites that pass through your field of view. One a minute, maybe a couple of them every minute. When it used to be, you were lucky to see one satellite in a night, but looking through binoculars just above the horizon, soon after sunset, take the kids out and see if they can count the number of satellites they see. Elon Musk and China and who else? But tons of them up there, and they all reflect a little bit of light through binoculars anyway. So take a look at that, and again, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net, you and your whole crew out there in Ohio. I do appreciate all the Ohio links as well, so thanks for that. All right, hearing nothing else, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the net for this evening. I will be hanging on a little bit afterwards. I'd like to thank the 26 check-ins. Hopefully we'll hear from everybody Tuesday night for another of the Colorado Astronomy Net, and thanks for all of the people that checked in over on the YouTube as well. See a few likes. Hopefully we got some new subscribes. Always get plenty of views over there, so I do appreciate that. With that, I will say 73 and keep looking up. This is KI0AR. I'm clear. Oh, sorry about that. I forgot one more thing before I release this. I'd like to thank the Rocky Mountain Radio League for the use of their systems. Repeaters, also like to thank the Skyhub Link group for the use of their systems and all the ways that you guys can check into the net. Skyhublink.com for more information. With that, now I'll say 73 and keep looking up. This is KI0AR. I'm clear.